My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Jacob and I are going to break down the entire UFC 320 fight card, giving you our picks, our predictions, our bets, and our DraftKings Fantasy Plays. It has been 7 weeks since the last UFC pay-per-view, so strap in. We're going to break down this whole card.
7 weeks? That's crazy.
There was nothing in September. So 7 weeks since a pay-per-view. This is the longest. I don't know if this is a real fact, but I'm going to say this is the longest we've had to wait between pay-per-views for like 10 years.
It's like
maybe
for
even
your
longer
to get a period.
Basically, if that feels like 10 years. Because there's one every month, and now we don't have, like, even the longest break the UFC ever does is the end of the year. And you get like 3 weeks with no fights at the end of the year between the last December event and the first January one. But you still get a pay-per-view in December and a pay-per-view in January. Well, that ain't how it went down this time, but we're coming off the heels of a spectacular UFC
Yeah,
push.
hey, and motherfuckers.
What I do.
I mean, if you want to classify yourself as a motherfucker.
Well, I thought I didn't hear the S. I started saying what did I do before the plural.
I guess technically you are, I don't know if
I
you're
fucked
still
that,
sexually
those
active.
kids' girls' mothers, yeah.
Are you pretty sexually active still?
Their mother gets it, for sure.
How many times a week would you say?
We're not doing that. She watches this. We're not doing
It's
that.
concerning. I mean,
Is
I'm
it?
hoping it's at least 4 or 5.
yeah, definitely in
Not
that
4
range.
or 5, huh? I'm hoping it's more than 2. I don't know. But anyway, not to put you on the spot there, but motherfuckers, last week I sat here and I talked about the success we've been having on the streams. And again, Saturday, incredible success once again. But I said, you know what? We've been having success on these streams. If you guys want to, support your boy, become a premium member, $10 a month is all it takes. I would really appreciate that. And guess what, motherfuckers? Everyone that fucking signed up and did, I fucking came through for them in a big fucking way. I knew we were locked and loaded for last week. Fucking absolutely destroyed. So everyone that became a premium member, I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you for that. And that is, I saw the signups during the card Saturday, which is not unusual, but it seemed a little like this is more than usual. So it must have been Jacob crushing
signs up. I appreciate you, especially if you guys are just signing up just to be like, a lot of streamers, they just get, memberships and you don't get anything in return. It's just like, I appreciate you. Here's a membership. Some people are doing that for premium membership. I appreciate you. This is obviously much better than just a channel membership because you fucking get a whole bunch of shit in return. And we were locked and loaded Saturday. Another fucking successful stream. We've been up money like 8 straight streams or something. We'll be live tomorrow night for the Contender Series. And then again on Saturday. That's what that guy on the comments was talking about. He's like, Angelo's trying to derail the train because they know that you...
Oh, because I want you to come over for the pay-per-view?
Fuck that.
No, you gotta come over.
Choo. There's not a chance in hell. I'm fucking going.
To.
There is not a chance in fucking hell. I'm going to your house and sitting on the couch when I could be in front of 15. We had over 1,500 people last Saturday for a fucking shit-ass UFC perk
Yeah, but
card.
the pay-per-view numbers aren't the same because there's... People watch those together.
You can suck my fucking dick because I have over 1,000. I had like 1,300 last fucking pay-per-view. It's going to be over 1,500, and we're going to make millions of dollars instead of sitting on your fucking couch with a dumbass dog trying to bother me, your kids screaming in the background, your wife giving me dirty looks.
I can't control
all the
her,
fucking
but I'll keep
sexual
the kids
tension
in
in
the
the
dog
house.
I'll keep the kids and the dog quiet. Listen, all right, we had a successful UFC Perth, and here's the problem. That card was so successful. Now, Jacob's not trying to come over and hang out with me for UFC 320, but UFC Perth, safety parlay hit, I was up units. Lock of the week hit, Jacob was up units. Slam of the week hits, BetSam was up units. Almost 10 units across the board, 43% ROI. What are we doing? Go to WeWantPicks.com. If you click Become a Member, you instantly unlock every pick, every bet, every tool, not just for UFC 320, but these 4 fight cards, UFC 320, next week is Rio, the week after that is Vancouver, and the week after that is 321. This is the unicorn of fight months because you're going to get 2 pay-per-views with 3 title fights. 4 title fights. Didn't they move? Yeah, 4 title fights in the next couple of weeks. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It's $10 for an entire month. You'll get every pick, every bet, every tool, including the Fight Simulator. This tool simulates fights 100,000 times and gives you the outputs. The Tape Index, for those of you who like to do your own research and do the tape study on your own, we've got it all lined up, ready to go. Not just for this card, not just for the next 4 cards, but for the future as well. The Data Analyzer, this is a tool that allows you to deep dive the stats, add filters, manipulate data to find your spots. Wish I would what? Manipulate data?
Maybe deep dive. Maybe
the
go
line
swimming
movement
once in a while.
Tracker. This will give you the opening odds, the current odds, the win probability, and the line movement for every fight on every card. The Prop Hunter, a curated set of data specifically designed to help you find prop bets. And as I mentioned, 4 fight cards worth of access. Not just this card. And if it was just this card, $10 is spectacular value. But it's not. It's 4 fight cards. $10. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. As Jacob said, not only are you going to get this incredible lineup of picks and bets and tools, but also it's just a way to support the boys. Oop,
and real quick too, everyone, whenever Angelo's terrible, ask for likes. Like the video, it helps the channel grow. Subscribe if you are new. If this video gets over 1,000 likes, I will for sure stream for you guys on Saturday. There's still a part of me that does just kind of want to take a pay-per-view and relax or whatever. Yeah. But if you guys like the video, you support it, you show me 1,000 likes, which would be pretty easy peasy. We get those on the Lock of the Week video all the time. I'll lock in for sure for you guys. Appreciate you guys.
Don't do it. I'll cook whatever food you want. What do you want?
I'm not sure you know. I'm not sure you really know how to microwave a hot dog to perfection. How long would you put it? What's the process you go through of microwaving a hot dog? What's the first thing you do?
I don't microwave hot dogs, but if I were to microwave a hot dog,
let me hear
it. I feel like you don't just throw it on the plate. I feel like you got to wrap it in a paper towel or something.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Oh, I'm on to something? All right. It's like reheating Chinese rice. Okay.
Little paper towel wrap, nice and tight. You put it in there. What would be the initial go-to time, would you say?
20 seconds.
That's not bad. I'm usually like a 24, maybe a 23 if I'm in the mood, you know. Sometimes if it's, winter time, we might bump it up to 27. But really, the key with hot dog microwavables is it's like popcorn. There's not a set time. It's
hear
about
the sizzle and then you're done.
It's a feel. And it takes years and decades. And I try to teach people, but it's really kind of you either got it or you don't, right? Like
sure.
And when I make pop, I'm literally I would put myself up against anybody in the fucking world of making popcorn. I throw a bag in, set it for fucking 10 minutes. I walk away for a minute. I walk back, and then you're just listening. You're waiting for the pop. And there's a couple beats between pops, and then it's ready. Same thing with the hot dogs. You're hearing the sizzle, a little, and you just got to kind of feel that out.
Yeah, listen, I've never microwaved a hot dog from like packaged to eat, but obviously I've reheated them. I grew up eating hot dogs. I'm gonna call them raw. They're cooked already, but we would eat cold hot dogs. Italians eat cold hot dogs. Like in Italy, I would
pull them out of the package and eat them.
Yeah, in Italy they put. Slice, so frozen. In Italy, they would slice up hot dogs and put it on pizza.
I don't eat rabbit shit.
Yeah, right. $10 super chat from Prominent Talent. Thanks for the bets last week. Made some shit in my pants money. What does that mean? Does that mean you made so much money you can just shit and then buy new pants and it doesn't matter?
I'll just explain it here real quick. So if you take that off the screen, I appreciate you, Prominent. He was in there Saturday. He's talking about the live stream. So there was definitely moments in the live stream. Because on the prelims, I think we made money on every single fight except for the Petrosky fight, which really fucking pissed me off. Because I talk all the time about how I fucking hate Petrosky. He's a fucking fraud. I flip my pick, and then we bet on fucking Petrosky out of nowhere for Saturday. But anyway, we're watching fights. The first one was and I told you guys fucking, it didn't hit, but I fucking told you guys about that Michelle girl, TKO, plus 1,200, plus 1,300, whatever it was. You laughed at me, Angelo. That's the closest she came was a fucking TKO. So, we're just sitting on the chair like this, watching the fights, just kind of hanging out. And I literally said, if she fucking gets this fucking TKO, I'm taking a shit on my fucking chair on the live stream right now. We're shutting the channel down. So that's what that's all about. We were there was a few bets where we got so excited we were about to fucking. I said if it hits, I'll fucking shit my pants right now on the stream. Don't give a fuck.
There we go. Disgusting. This guy said Italians don't claim you. Clenbat, you fucking Canadian dork. I know Clenbat. He interviewed me. The Canadian dork is going to tell me the first generation, the first person in my family born in this damn country.
Take your shirt off and show him the Italy tattoo on your back.
No. I can show my Italian fucking passport.
Uh-oh.
Fuck that is. Here, okay? My Italian passport, because I am an Italian citizen, but they don't claim me because I
get him out of here. ICE. Somebody call ICE. Somebody get ICE right now. Let's get this guy out of here and really run this show.
I correctly said that the Italians in Italy put hot dogs on pizza. Unbelievable. The Canadians are now the food critics. Angel V, $4.99. Jake, go hang with Ange, my man. I miss watching fights with my boys. We used to watch every fight. Now I'm lucky if it's once a year. You know what's interesting about that, Angel? First of all, I appreciate that. And I agree with you because I used to watch fights younger alone. I was the only person that cared about MMA, cared about fights. I was the only one. Then when I started doing jiu-jitsu.
When would you say, how old were you when you got your first friend? 20?
Not 24? Counting cousins. I really, wrestling changed my life. I didn't have a ton of friends. And then when I started wrestling, it literally changed my entire life. I got friends, I got confidence, everything changed for me.
Where did the confidence go?
I mean, I sit here every week and a man much smaller than me calls me fat for 2 hours. So it kind of went there. Yeah. Anyway. So I used to watch him alone because I was the only person watching fights. This is like late 90s, early 2000s. Then after high school and college and stuff like that, when I started doing jiu-jitsu and training, then I made another little group of friends and we would watch fights together. I'd order a 6-foot hero. People would come over. It'd always be a thing. Then I moved to Florida. I had nobody to watch fights with anymore. Then I met Jacob. Then him and I started watching fights together. And now we've built a nice little crew. When I first moved here, I had nobody to watch fights with. And then I started inviting Casey over and then Bo and Jacob. So now through the evolution, I've got a nice little fight crew again. So I love it. I agree. Do it while you can. You ready to break down this card? Oh, and Myco MMA, a YouTube member. YouTube membership and premium membership are different. I got an email the other day, somebody not understanding the difference. They are different. YouTube membership is just a way to support the boys. Every now and then we'll upload a video early, and I'll make it public for YouTube members, and then for YouTube members, and then it'll pop up. So appreciate you, Myco. Let's go ahead and break down this card.
Let's
opening. What?
I kind of want to derail this just a little bit longer. Are you watching Monday Night? What's going on with Monday Night?
No. We're let's.
Excuse me. I got money on the Jets for some goddamn reason. The hell's going on?
They haven't lost to the Dolphins in five starts with whatever the hell his name is.
Oh my God, they're on 24-10.
Okay, we're starting this big card. Not everybody's watching live, Jakey. Let's go ahead and jump in. Opening up the UFC 320 fight card, we have a giant favorite. Veronica Hardy taking on Brogan Walker. Veronica Hardy, 9-5 in her career, 3-2 in her last 5. She's coming out the decision loss to Eduarda Mora, taking on Brogan Walker, 7-4 in her career, 1-4 in her last 5. She is looking for her first win in 4 years. Veronica Hardy, we've seen her a few times over. She is a 5-time Taekwondo champion. She's got decent power. She's got good footwork. She's a technical striker. She's light in her feet. She'll work in takedowns if she needs to. She's not just a striker. She wants to strike. The 5-time national champion Muay Thai experience makes her a competent striker, but she will work in offensive takedowns. Good fight IQ, solid game plans. She did just lose to Eduarda Mora, where the striking was there, but she could not handle the wrestling coming her direction. Taking on Brogan Walker. Brogan Walker, we see her once every 3 years, and I guess that time is up because here she is. She's like a cicada. Did you know cicadas only pop up once every 7 years?
Are you a Tylenol American?
No, that's a true fact.
Yeah, I know. How do you just now know that?
I have my uncle. Oh, I heard that when I was a kid, and I'm just regurgitating it now.
Yeah, of course. You know what the craziest thing ever is working on a golf course during cicada year. It is the loudest thing. No, just every tree just you can't even fucking hear. I think it was like my junior year in golf because I fucking, I don't want to brag about it, but I was a all conference. I could have played in college. I was on the Mountain Dew Junior Tour, so I played a lot of golf. And when you're playing golf, the years the cicadas come out. It's fucking insane. You can't even hear yourself. By the way, I saw a TikTok, too, of them pissing everywhere. Did you see that?
I didn't know they pee. I mean, cicadas are out every year,
Google
but
right
the big
now,
batch is
cicadas,
once every 7.
Literally, it's like it's the most, I don't know if it's AI. It's like the most insane thing I've ever seen. They're like squirting all over the place.
Dude, I did just Google it. That's disgusting. Okay. Well, you guys look at squirting cicadas. Brogan Walker, much like a cicada, not for the disgusting twist you think I'm going with, but she only rises up to fight every couple of years, and here she is. Brogan Walker's very tough. She'll move forward. She'll try to make something happen.
She does kind of look like you.
Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, I'd take that over people were saying I look like Rodolfo Bellato. She's tough. She is a grappler. She got her BJJ black belt 5 years ago, but she continues to reiterate the fact, I'm a striker. I like to strike. I'm a striker. She does have skills everywhere. She is pretty tough, but she's not really getting things done. She's coming off that decision loss to Eisman Lucindo where she was taken down 4 times. This doesn't need a super deep dive breakdown. Veronica Hardy's the better striker. Veronica Hardy is the better wrestler. Pure grappling, maybe Brogan, but grappling off your back and grappling on top are 2 very different things. Veronica Hardy's the pick, and these odds do not surprise me whatsoever. Frankly, they're probably a little low. What do you think? Jacoby.
Yeah, I just Brogan Walker is a tough girl, and she'll bite down and she'll move forward. But you got this Veronica Hardy who was a favorite against Eduardo Mora. Eduardo was my lock of the. We've had the success we've had with lock of the week is. It's almost like it's more surprising when it loses at this point, right? I mean, we're coming off a very dominant lock of the week win, one of many this year in 2025. And, Eduardo Mora, that was just a tough matchup for Veronica Hardy. But she had the respect of the books, and that's why she's got the respect here. Because even against somebody like an Eduardo Mora, she was the favorite. She's got taken down a few times, but she's going to be the faster, more dynamic striker. If she wants to mix in the wrestling, she can. Brogan can be taken down. I actually think that Veronica might go to the wrestling, towards the back half of every single round. She's hot as shit. I mean, let's just be open and honest about it. Veronica Hardy is absolutely beautiful, but she's married to Dan Hardy, and honestly, Dan Hardy is a really good mind for the game. Like you can tell that he can game plan very well for her. She respects him. She listens to him. So I think that's a great matchup, and having him in her corner, I think really, really benefits her for, she might not need it in a fight like this, but if she starts to get in a little bit of trouble, they can go to something else, go to the wrestling, go to whatever. So, Brogan Walker, tough girl, but probably isn't really a UFC level type of fighter. Veronica Hardy has proven she definitely is. So that's why the odds are the way they are. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Veronica, not on the feet, but if she wants to really mix in the grappling, I mean, she might be able to find a finish on the ground. So that's a little outside flyer there. We almost hit it with Michelle last week, and that was fucking whoo.
There we go.
So,
what I was going to say is I saw a couple people commenting, I don't normally bet unders on female fights, but I'm definitely doing it on the Veronica Hardy fight. I do worry that Brogan is very, very tough, and while Veronica Hardy is a very skilled fighter, and she will probably be better than Brogan in almost every aspect of MMA, she's not a killer. Like, she is perfectly happy winning the fight.
I think she kind of is. I think I think the skill gap hasn't been wide enough for her to get a finish. But in this fight, the skill gap is wide enough for somebody like her to get a finish. Because when she's on the ground, and I try to warn you about what Sam Hughes. Like, some girls go on the ground, and that's when they fucking really turn that shit on. Sam Hughes is like a fucking fit. Like, she wants to finish fights. Veronica Hardy's kind of the same thing. When she gets on top of girls, she's not just fucking, okay, I got the position. She's going to look for finishes.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, the skill gap analogy is solid. There is a big skill gap here. And Brogan, when we broke down Alicia Ellison last week, my whole breakdown was this. Dude, this dude's doing this part-time. This is a part-time fighter. Brogan's in a sort of a similar
and
camp.
last week,
She's got a
and
lot going on.
I told everyone that first round, you said there's no value left, and I said first round plus 150. Play it.
Dude, watching those odds go from plus 185 on Brando Prepelic to minus 270 or whatever, and then him still beat the piss out of that guy, was like, okay.
I gave you props on stream, too. I was like, Angelo got that at fucking premium members. If you were telling Angelo, you got
I had
that
it 2 weeks.
Minus 120 or something like
minus
that.
Minus 120, and I sat on it because it was plus money when I first did so I do my breakdown, all my notes, all my picks, then I film the video. And the 3 days between the breakdown and filming the video, the line moved and I went to place the bet, so I even missed a chunk there. But yeah, it was up for 2 weeks we had that. And if you want to check out every
Your weight's been up the past 2 weeks. What's going on with that?
Fucking past 2 months, dude. It's
Remember
bad.
when I offered you $50,000 to lose 10 pounds and you refused?
That never happened. Offer it right now. Offer it.
If you can
officially
lose 10,
on
if you can
stream,
lose 10 pounds by the end of the stream.
Honestly, I'm not going to because I want to railroad the stream.
Or you gotta go
but
throw
that's I mean, I could definitely make myself vomit and just. That's not crazy, dude. 10 pounds in 2.5 hours, 2 hours. At my weight, after dinner, yeah, what a fucking fat loser. He should be cut. I mean, he's not a good fighter. Like, he doesn't get the Kelvin Gastelum courtesy credit of like, all right, you're good, or you were good. Anyway, every pick, every bet, every tool, everything we offer is on the website. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. You get 2 pay-per-views if you sign up right now. WeWantPicks.com. $9,600 in DraftKings Fantasy, Veronica Hardy. I think she wins. I don't think she'll get a finish, and if she does, it might be late, so there might not be a huge bonus.
You are like all those fucking, and I hate using this word, all those fucking retards that are in my fucking streams that play the over, play the over. There's
conservative age.
Play the over. I hate those people. If you're one of those people, just know that I think about you at night, and I wish that you go out every morning and see a flat tire.
Dude, there's that new that Big X the Plug song, like about love.
Oh my God,
I hope you find the love. That guy's great. He's like, I hope you find the love of your life and it just doesn't work out. I hope you find the whatever and it's just wishing small inconveniences.
On our way to San Antonio, there was only one song that you knew that I didn't know. Do you remember what it was? It was that girl song, like "fuck your whatever, fuck your dog."
Fuck you and your na 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 na. Yeah.
You sang like that whole song. I was like, I never heard this song.
Yeah. And because then she says, "Not your dog." It's
yeah,
like, fuck you and your sister and your mother, not your dog. Which, appropriate. More Bud for me. Angelo is anti-football equals low T. First of all, I'm not anti-football. Am I a diehard sports fan across the board? No, I am not. And that's because of how I was raised. I was raised by immigrants. You saw the passport. I wasn't raised by normal Americans.
Give that up, man. You use it as a crutch for everything. I'm fat because I'm immigrants. I have sleep apnea because of immigrants. I don't watch sports because of immigrants. I didn't listen to music because of immigrants. You blame that everything.
All the culture. I mean, honestly, I could run. You want to run through those? I'm fat because of immigrants. Do you know what my immigrant mother would give me for lunch every day? 2 fucking giant big-ass sandwiches. 2 big-ass sandwiches.
And she showed up at lunch with you and shoved it down your fucking throat. Are you joking me right now?
No, when kids are fat.
And you eat, and all of a sudden, and you're full, and you just say, I'm full. Not Big Angie.
When children are fat.
Have some fucking self-respect, some self-control, and take some fucking responsibility for your own actions.
When children are fat, it is the parents' fault 100%
You're
of the time.
55 years old.
I'm not 45 either. Anyway, not listening to music. I listen to Shkapalapa P or country music.
Have you ever watched BET in your life?
We've had this discussion, and yes. The Real Husbands of Hollywood was a spectacular show.
I'm talking about. Oh, my God, dude.
We have $4.99 from Unwell to Brrr. Favorite day of the week is watching the fights and live stream with Jacob. Second favorite day is the breakdown stream. I feel so empty without you guys. Thank you. I appreciate you, Unwell. Genuinely appreciate you. We love you guys being here. It gives us a purpose as well. doing this to nobody would be not as fun. So we appreciate every last one of you being here, supporting us, and allowing us to do this. Next up, at UFC 320, we have Ramiz Brahimaj taking on Austin Vanderford. Ramiz Brahimaj 12-5 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He is on that 2-fight win streak, taking on Austin Vanderford, 13-2 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off that successful UFC debut. This is grappler versus grappler, probably closer to grappler versus wrestler, but the grappler in this equation is Ramiz Brahimaj. He's a very accomplished grappler. He's won all sorts of titles and tournaments. When he strikes, he actually has some decent power in his hands.
I think he's only won. I think he just won it once.
I mean, he must have competed in multiple tournaments to get to that one.
Maybe he just showed up and won the first one. And just
that was it. How about?
That's like I've been in one fight, I won it, and I retired.
That was Cale Sanderson with the Olympics. Showed up, ran through it. I'm done.
By the way, apparently the Smashing Machine is fucking incredible.
Nick Newell's going to the premiere. The producers of the Smashing Machine and the PR company reached out to me and said, hey, does Nick Newell want to go? Whatever. Nick's like, yeah, I'll go. So they have like a premiere before it's...
Yeah, sweet name drop, bro.
It is. And then, so they have a premiere. So they gave, him and he's either taking his wife or somebody from the gym. They're going. He's like, maybe I'll meet The Rock.
People are like, I can't believe, look at The Rock. Look how much... Did you see how fucking big he was? Of course, he probably hated carrying around all that weight, man. That dude was fucking unreal big. Holy shit.
Mark Kerr was...
Oh, stop. Shut the fuck up. Yo, we got a $90 fucking dollar. That might be one of the biggest donations we've ever had. Prominent Talent Show. My fucking shit my pants, brother. Gotta run, gents. $10 a month is Skittles compared to the money I made last week. I do $300 one-unit bets and trail every premium bet, so thank you. My premium is covered for the next 25 years. Prominent Talent Show with a $90 fucking donation. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, he's always in my Saturday streams as well. A lot of fun.
And he's wildly supportive on Instagram. Likes everything, comments everything. So we appreciate you very, very much.
I leaked a little.
You cicaded. Ramiz Brahimaj is a grappler. We're debating how many tournaments he did or did not win, but he has won like a world championship at some point in his grappling journey.
No gi, too.
Which is very important when it comes to MMA, for sure. I said that sarcastically. That's not sarcasm whatsoever. I hate the bathrobe. I think it's stupid. I don't think it has a place in this world. When he strikes, he has some power in his strikes. He'll move forward. He'll get after it. It's not insanely technical, but it is improving, and he can knock you out. He's got 12 wins. 11 of them are by submission. He's definitely a finished or bust kind of guy. In his last 2 outings, happened to be finished. Taking on Austin Vanderford. You may have seen his wee-wee on the internet because he is married to Paige Van Zandt. He's a good old-fashioned American wrestler. He's going to come forward. He'll box for a little bit, but it's not great. He'll shoot his takedowns. On top, he is aggressive, both with the jiu-jitsu and with the striking. He is trying to find finishes, and he found one in his last fight. Does a really good job shooting, reshooting, adjusting, moving the hips, and doing everything again to get it to the ground.
Are we still talking about OnlyFans?
If he keeps, if he can't get it to the ground, then he is drilling for oil. If his hips are pushing in and he cannot drag.
Do you know how sex works?
He's stuck. Bags of sand.
What would you say your favorite position is? This is actually relevant.
I have a wife
Austin.
who watches
this. Is actually relevant because Austin, we're talking about him and Paige, and it's very well known that they get after it. What would you say?
Do they get after it in their stuff? Is that what it is?
Well, I don't know.
I genuinely don't know. I assume that's what it is.
I mean, I don't know. Have we have somebody chat if you just let us know?
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and pick Austin Vanderford because when you compare 2 guys with a similar skill set like this, you have to run down the list. Whose grappling is better? I think just raw jiu-jitsu, probably Ramiz. So that's one camp Ramiz. Then whose striking is better? That's dead even. So we can do 2 fingers, 1 on each side. Maybe Ramiz has more power, but technique-wise, they're about the same. Then it's who has the better wrestling, and that's Austin. And in this type of fight, I think the wrestling will dictate the entire fight because if Austin's having success on the feet, he can keep it there. If he's not, he can get it to the ground, and I think his jiu-jitsu is good enough to stay safe with Ramiz on his back. So I'm going to pick Austin. I think the wrestling is going to be the difference here, so he's going to go ahead and be the pick, but minus 300, it's getting a little out there. That's the timed pause where you just sort of read the room and then jump in with...
I don't think you've ever just done that. That's kind of my thing, to awkwardly just stop talking. Usually you always kind of throw it to me. If we're doing that, that's fine. I mean,
you're usually pretty good about reading the room. It wasn't that awkward of a pause. I didn't stop mid-sentence. I said my pick.
I kind of like the...
No, you weren't paying attention and then got caught.
I was ready. I was sitting here. What else am I doing? I'm not fucking... I mean, the fucking Jets are getting blown out.
I don't know. I mentioned Paige Van Zandt's spicy content. All of a sudden, you're zoning out, not picking up on social cues. And I see zero... Yeah.
Wait.
Stand. I want you. You need to stand up with no adjustments whatsoever. Stand straight up.
I mean, minus 300 for Austin is like, I mean, the guy gets knocked out twice, takes a couple years off, comes back, beats a 13-7 regional guy, gets signed to the UFC. He's 35 years old. Is he really even a prospect or a fucking guy in this division? I don't really know. He fights a guy that really seems at this point like really kind of lacks the takedown. We saw Francisco Prado and that guy's Nikolay's last fight take him down and stuff like that. So yeah, he got the wrestling going. And honestly, in the moment watching that fight, I had never really watched Austin Vanderford fight. I was like, oh shit, he's actually a pretty good wrestler. It was a good. I don't want to take anything away. He got the takedowns. He got a finish. Good performance. But now we're putting him a minus 300 against this guy, Ramiz Brahimaj, who's fought some pretty good people in the UFC. And I know he's kind of had his moments. And it's almost been kind of like like a Claudio Puelles in a way where if things are going his way, he looked great. But the second things started turning south, he would just kind of, I don't want to say give up and that's important here, because even when fights were not really going his way and it looked like he was kind of uninterested, he wasn't getting finished, right? Like that Temba fight, he was just kind of getting taken down. But it seems like, and this is just a read that I sometimes make sometimes, it seems like he's kind of turned a point in his career. It seems like he's kind of turned into that fighter that he wants to be. The Ramiz from the fucking Bronx, baby. It seems like he's starting to get a little bit of edge to him. He talked about before his last fight about feeling the fucking disrespect. And I have to imagine he comes into this fight and he's got this guy Austin fucking, who's his name, as a 3-1 favorite versus him, where I believe Ramiz is a better striker. You say it's 50-50. I disagree. Ramiz brings the pressure. He's got nice, tight boxing, good power in his hands. Austin's probably the better wrestler, but can continue to get the takedowns? Even against Nikolay in that fight, he was 2 for 4 on takedowns. This feels like Austin maybe gets a takedown on too early, but the second the takedowns start failing him, he's going to start fading. He's not real comfortable in the striking like that. He can strike to set up the takedowns, but if this stays striking, and Ramiz has turned that corner in his career to kind of not start fading if he gets taken down early and play too much jiu-jitsu and then he can't really get stuff going, this feels like a pretty 50-50 fight. And in a 50-50 fight, if it stays standing, I got to take the better striker, which could turn into a mostly striking matchup. That's going to be Ramiz. If all things considered, it feels like all the finishing upsides on the Ramiz side. He's a finisher on the ground. He's a finisher on the hands. Yeah, he might get taken down and laid on. Even in that fight, it could be a weird decision. I'm all over Ramiz here. I'm picking him. I bet him. These odds seem crazy to me. He feels like he's a better striker, the more dangerous stricker, the more dangerous grappler. Maybe he gets laid on for 15 minutes, but I don't see it happening. I think he's turned a point in his career, and these odds are fucking disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with the odds portion. I think this is very wide. If I was capping this, I would do minus 150 for Austin. Because I think you said you're going to pick the better striker. I will pick the better wrestler, because if the striking's not going his way, he can shoot a takedown. But just a fundamental difference there.
I don't know if he's getting I mean, he might get an early takedown and this and that, but Ramiz is going to make him work. And if he doesn't get a takedown in the second, if he's not getting in the third, I mean, I don't know, man.
It's gonna be interesting. And like we joked about the OnlyFans stuff, I have to imagine him and his wife, make enough money from that he just does this because he loves it. And when you're doing this because you love it and not because it's your future, your career, how you're going to pay your bill, it's a different level of effort in training and a different level of effort in execution. So I don't know where I'm going with that thought, because I'm not going to outright say, he doesn't really need it, so he's not going to try hard, because he showed up on short notice in the UFC debut and got it done. He got it done very effectively. But I do think they're sort of on different paths right now because Ramiz had his highs and lows, and now all of a sudden he's put it together where Austin made it to the big show, got that big win, checked that box. So this is going to be a big fight for Austin to find out how committed is he to this career path when he has a very viable
if he runs through Ramiz, it's And I don't want to take it, like I said, I don't want to take anything away. That was an impressive performance. I'm just looking at the odds and stuff and being like, this is...
The odds are wide.
Yeah.
Because he had that performance against Nikolay Veretennikov, who we're going to break down here in a few minutes. But Nikolay is useless off of his back. Useless. Ramiz is not useless anywhere.
And he's from the Bronx, baby. He's from the Bronx.
He's not useless anywhere. So, like, I agree. These odds are crazy. Jacob and I are split. If you need a tiebreaker, if you want a deciding pick, well, we have an artificial intelligence that's picking fights based solely off historical data. We got Betsam, we got Artem making picks as well. And you can check out every pick, every bet, every tool from the website right now. Just go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member. At the top, you'll unlock all of it instantly, not just for this card, but next week's UFC Rio, the week after that, Vancouver, and the week after that, UFC 321. DraftKings Fantasy, $7,000, $9,200. The $7,000 makes more sense than $9,200. Austin's not going to finish Ramiz, but Ramiz could finish Austin. Couple of super chats on well to brrr. Ange said he listens to country, but don't know Billy Currington. Come on, Ange, get it together. I don't listen to country. I don't actively listen to country. I said growing up, there was only two types of music played in my mother's car. It was literally Italian music, like not in English, full-blown Italian music, or she was so desperately wanted to be an American, she would listen to country music. And as a kid, nobody likes country music, especially a kid from the Northeast. Nobody likes country music as a kid.
We listened to country the whole way down to San Antonio.
As adults, I don't mind it now. As a kid, God, who wanted? All I wanted was boom, boom, boom. What about to say? Well, well. More Bud for me said, I hate MMA movies. They're always so cringe. I disagree. Some of them are horrific, but the best point I've seen made was Here Comes the Boom is a great MMA movie, and it is. But also, Smashing Machine is not a random MMA movie. It is a movie based off of a documentary, and the documentary was incredible. If you haven't seen it, go find it. It's early days of MMA, and it was absolutely insane. Y'all ever been to San Francisco on Well to Brr? I have been to San Francisco. I went a few years ago for work, and I went...
that's another hood that I walked through.
I think it's pretty safe.
There's think bums. San Francisco...
There's bums, but it's safe. Yes.
I went to Game 5, Giants-Dodgers in 2023, I think. The Giants lost, unfortunately. I'm a big Giants fan. That was pretty cool. That park is fucking unreal beautiful.
It's on the water.
Oh, my God, dude. It's crazy. Like, the sun was setting. Like, it's fucking... Like, baseball is like that feels different. Like, the first time I ever walked into a ballpark, like, it just feels like it's different than fucking football and basketball. It just feels like a movie, man. Like, just the noise, the crack of, like, batting practice, and you hear the fucking balls hitting the mitt, and people are walking in, and it's different, man. It's America.
I love a good old-fashioned baseball game.
Oh, shut up. Stadium, shut the fuck up.
Yankee Stadium was funny because Yankee Stadium cost an absolute fortune to make, and it's full of like 25 or 27 championships and all these other things. But it wasn't fun. It was too classy. Then you go to Citi Field, or formerly Shea Stadium. That place is fun. They've got like picnic areas, and it's just a very different vibe. So it's just funny to see. Again. I'm an American citizen. I just also am an Italian citizen. You can have
you're not dedicated.
Both.
You're scared. If you travel abroad, which passport do you use?
Coming home, American. Leaving, the red one. Simple.
Yeah, you're scared. I waved my. I'm proud. I wave my thing around. I'm American.
Sure. Yeah. No. How could people not? Yeah.
We're not scared of people. We're not scared of foreigners. We're not scared. We're Americans. You can't fuck with us.
Next up, at UFC 320, we have Punahele Soriano taking on Nikolay Veretennikov. Punahele Soriano, 11-4 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He is riding back-to-back wins at welterweight, taking on Nikolay Veretennikov, 13-6 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He is coming off his first UFC win. Punahele Soriano had quite the evolution in the UFC. This guy is a Division III All-American wrestler. Came into the UFC, he was knocking people out with one punch, incredible power. Then he just started chasing power, abandoned the wrestling skills, and started to get beat. He was getting dotted up. He was just getting outworked because his striking technique wasn't quite there. It was just raw power, and once people figured that out, that was kind of the end of that. Then he moved down to welterweight, and now he sort of reinvented himself. His first fight at welterweight, bunch of takedowns, turned into a full-blown wrestler, 5 takedowns. His second fight, just now, he knocked out Uros Medic in 30 seconds. So he's revitalized his career. Don't quite know what direction he's going to go in this fight because he did just knock somebody out, but we also saw him go back to the wrestling roots. He's taking on Nikolay Veretennikov. Nikolay Veretennikov is a powerful, aggressive striker. He's going to move forward. He will throw everything he can at you with 100% power. He'll occasionally set some things up with low kicks, but for the most part, he's coming in, throwing massive hooks, trying to put your lights out. He has some dog in him. He will get into a dog fight, but he can be taken down. And if he is taken down, he has nothing to offer. He's coming off that busy win over Francisco Prado, where he shot 6 of his own takedowns in that fight. I'm going to pick Punahele Soriano here. Okay? I think he has more ways to win this fight, and he has an actual backup plan. Nikolay has no backup plan. If Nikolay's getting dotted up, he's going to shoot some desperate takedowns, as he did in his last fight. They're not very good. But what makes this complicated is Punahele Soriano has trash takedown defense. His offensive wrestling is great. The defense sucks. He's been taken down 18 times in 9 UFC fights. He also just knocked out Uros Medic, which on the surface is incredible. Good for you. But if you look at his whole career, after he knocks somebody out, he just chased that high forever. So now we have a guy who can be taken down like crazy, who has been known to just chase power and not use all his tools. In a fight where we need him to wrestle, it's nerve-wracking. I am picking him to win. I don't know if I can trust him to do what he needs to do, but Punahele is going to be the pick because of the wrestling.
Yeah, I don't. I just wish you would say something. I don't like that. I don't like you changed
Okay,
it.
the transition. I heard you take a deep breath, and I was like, all right, he's going to do it.
Yeah, I started to, but it just feels a little bit.
What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, thanks, Angelo. And let me just say that was a great breakdown. I'm glad that you mentioned the takedown defense of Puna, because I think it's gonna matter here. Nikolay, I know people think that he's just a trash can and this and that, but if you watch that, maybe I'm a little bit too high on Francisco Prado. He is a former lock of the week, and I kind of like those type of fighters. You know, there's always something I see in them. But he took it to Francisco Prado. I mean, he was landing some really clean boxing, was reversing some positions on the ground, even late where it looked like, oh, here we go, he's just going to get laid on. He took his time. He reversed positions. I know at the end he kind of slowed down and all that type of stuff, but this guy Puna is, listen, I know he knocked out Uros. We know Uros at this point, he's a fucking chin issue. I told you the guys that Gilbert Urbino was going to fucking knock him down and almost knock him out. He fucking should have done that. He takes down a Miguel Baeza who looked like he didn't even want to fucking be there. The guy landed 7 strikes total. He was just taken down, playing the fucking... And good for Puna. He did what he needed to do. The next win before that is Dolce. And then before that, it's fucking like 6 years ago. I mean... He really only he just throws left hands. I mean, he just loads up on left hands. And Nikolay, to his credit, is kind of a tough dude. I mean, he might not be that skilled, but he's not getting knocked out. He's not getting finished like crazy. Even that, like, Austin Vanderford fight, it was like he was getting, like, kind of like feather punched, and it was like rabbit punches and stuff like that. And they stopped the fight, and he was a little bit pissed off about it. But, you know, it feels to me, again, I'm looking at these odds, like, I mean, we got Puna at like fucking minus 260. This feels like a 50-50 fight. It's going to be Puna fucking just trying to bomb and land that left hand. I think Nikolay is the better boxer. People are probably going to disagree. And as you mentioned, if Nikolay wants to throw in a takedown or two, Puna's pretty easy to take down. So people that have these big bets on Puna, have him in these little parlays, I think are going to start panicking a little bit when Puna can't land a clean left hand and knock this guy out. Nikolai's in this face boxing, and if Nikolay gets a takedown or two, it's going to be like, oh, fuck. Maybe Puna is who we thought he was. But, you know, I picked Nikolay, and I actually fucking threw a little bit of money on him, too, because I think his odds are a little crazy.
I agreed. I'm picking Punahele. I did my whole breakdown already, but agreed. I think these odds are a little wide. This is like the Austin Vanderford breakdown for me. I picked Austin because he's a better wrestler, and I expect him to wrestle. I'm picking Punahele because he's the better wrestler, and I expect him to wrestle. If neither one of those two fighters can get the wrestling going, then we have two basically minus 300 favorites that are not going to win their fights. And this is another one of those weird situations. So I'm picking Punahele. I'd have him at minus 150 here. Maybe a little more, maybe minus 170. But Nikolay is a tough dude. He'll get after it as long as he stays on his feet. If he gets taken down, he does not have much to offer. On the feet, though,
I mean, he did. I mean, against Prado, he did fine. He was getting back to his feet. He was reversing positions, and Prado's pretty good on the ground.
Prado's also like a lightweight that went up. Like, you know, you do
Much
have a
more
little
skilled
extra
than-
love for him.
Yeah, he's much more skilled than Puna, though.
He's much more skilled, but not nearly as powerful as dangerous. But listen,
you said that he doesn't do it. I mean, literally did he got taken down, but every single time he got back up, he reversed the position. He showed what he needed to show.
It'll be an interesting fight. I'm looking forward to it because I do expect it to be fun.
And the only time he got taken down was because he kept doing that spinning shit too. Low IQ, definitely.
4 times. Just.
But it's not like he was just like giving up these singles and getting like Puna just gives up. You just grab a single and he like just falls down. Like that's bad.
And dude, 100%. But then here's the problem. So Jacob and I are on the internet. All over the internet. How many views we got to? 8 million or
It's
something?
not about weight, it's about technique. Watch how easily
This
Dustin
is
Stoltzfus
so-
just like grabbed a single and just ran up. I mean, just grabbed it and just pulled back a little bit, and Puna was like, "Oh."
Not only is it not about weight, but here's the comment for anybody listening on Spotify. Red Chimp on YouTube commented, Punahele has not been taken down much at all at welterweight. Every guy who did was a middleweight. I completely hate that take. Here's a couple of facts for you, you dumb dick. He has only had 2 fights at welterweight. One of them was 30 seconds. 30 seconds. How are we including that? The first one was against Miguel Baeza where he had 11 minutes of control time. When did Miguel Baeza have an opportunity? This is a terrible take. This take is dog shit. When we saw Punahele in fights over and over and over again against many different people, he was getting taken down left and right. So to say he doesn't get taken down at welterweight, shut the fuck up. Hate that take. Dorkalicious. If you guys want
You're gonna
some,
hate the way I put your fucking aunt through the wall.
do it.
Your Aunt Pam's getting fucking rode hard and put away wet.
There you go, Pam. Change the sheets.
No, we don't change sheets. I like the way it smells after.
Let the mattress soak it up. Listen, if you guys do need a tiebreaker, because Jacob and I are split here, we have the artificial intelligence on the website. We got Artem, we got Betsam, and we also have tools. One of those tools is the fight simulator. So for people like Red Chimp, take this fight, run it through the fight simulator. Then the fight simulator not only tell you who wins this fight after 100,000 simulations, but the expected individual outcomes. Go to the website, run the fight simulator, click on this fight, and then you will see, change the drop down to say takedowns, and you'll see how many takedowns it's expecting Punahele to get. Also, how many takedowns it's expecting Nikolay to get after 100,000 simulations. If you want the real data, not just projections.
I mean, Stoltzfus and Brendan Allen are legit wrestlers. So his takedown defense for his career is 37%. 37%.
And we also have the data analyzer. So you can deep dive every single takedown. Who took him down, how they took him down. All the data is right there. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. At the top.
37%.
Yeah, he's terrible. Next up, at UFC 320, we have a punishment placement on this card. We got Patchy Mix, one of the more touted signees of 2025.
Are those
the
lip
UFC?
fillers?
I mean, it might be. That's not a Photoshop. I didn't even notice. Those are ridiculous
he's from
lips.
Poland, so he's got to be considered a white, right? I've never seen a white with lips like that.
I mean, he does look like you throw a wig on him. It's like, all right, she's pretty. But Patchy Mix was a massive signee in 2025. The UFC took him over from Bellator, former world champion. Put him on the main card of a pay-per-view. He shit the bed in embarrassing fashion, and now they said, guess what, pal? You're the third fight of the next card you're on. The third fight. You're not even the featured prelim. You're nowhere near the main card. Third fight, earn your keep, and it's against the UFC debut. Patchy Mix is 20-2 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He is coming off that disappointing UFC debut, taking on Jakub Wiklacz, 16-3 in his career. Jakub Wiklacz, 4-0-1 in his last 5. He is making his UFC debut. Everything I'm about to say about Patchy Mix is the culmination of his entire career, all 22 fights, not just what we saw in his UFC debut. And if you look at his entire career, he's a good wrestler. He's a good grappler. He'll strike. He'll get after it. It's not the cleanest technique in the world, but he's a tough dude who moves forward, gets the takedowns, uses his length really, really well. And he had a lot of success coming into the UFC. Former Bellator champion, former Bellator tournament winner. He earned the belt, defended the belt twice. Then he asked to be let out because they couldn't pay him. They couldn't keep him busy enough. And then he showed up to the UFC. He lost to Mario Batista, where he literally just stood there, got hit, did nothing. He is taking on UFC newcomer Jakub Wiklacz. Like Patchy, this guy's a grappler. He's going to grapple at all costs. He'll come forward. He'll throw like 1 or 2 strikes immediately, shooting at legs, doing anything he can to get these fights to the ground. His striking is a little bit chaotic, but again, it is just there to set up the takedowns. He will put himself into harm's way to find a submission. He will jump guillotine. He'll roll to a knee bar just to end up on his back and get pounded on. Like, this guy takes chances, hunts for finishes. And we're going to find out in this fight, is he just too one-dimensional to compete at this level, or does that kind of wild aggression work out for him? I'm going to pick Patchy Mix here because in my mind, I've got 2 high-level grapplers, but one of them has very high-level experience. Jakub is 16-3. That's a lot of fights, but it's not at this level. Like, Patchy Mix was fighting all the best people in the world outside of the UFC. He earned a belt, defended the belt a handful of times. And while his UFC debut was very, very disappointing, maybe it was the short notice. Maybe it was the UFC debut. Maybe it was the fact that he had a long layoff. There was a lot of different factors there. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, but in no world am I betting on him. I can't bet on him. Grappler versus grappler, Jacob will actually take chances where Patchy was perfectly content in a staring contest. So I don't think Patchy is worth this money. And if he loses this fight, they should cut him and his wife, both of them. Just a casualty. Jacob, what do you think of this fight?
I sat there and I told you guys when everyone hated Pitbull after that Yair fight, it was like, oh, he's trash. And then he was about to fight Dan Ige. I said, listen, guys, it was the matchup. It was the matchup against Yair. It was the matchup. This is a better matchup for him, and he's probably going to beat a guy like Dan Ige. And I tried to warn you guys. I'm sitting here right now. I'm going to make a claim, Angelo, and you're not going to like it. But people can come back and tell me I was right. Sneakily, I don't know if that's a really word. Is that a real word? Sneakily?
I think sneakily is a word.
Sneakily, and people are really going to fucking hate this, so let's get ready for this. Patchy Mix at -250 might be the best value on the card. I know people are going to hate him. I know people. The reason why he is -250 and not -400 or -500 against probably a little bit of an undersized grappler, right? These guys are both wrestlers and grapplers. This guy Jacob, I mean, Angels call him Jakub. I don't know why, but this guy Jacob is. He's not a dangerous striker. He wants to grapple, and he's kind of a sloppy grappler. I mean, he's like almost too aggressive. Patchy Mix
Very
loves.
aggressive.
Yeah, really good grapplers love over-aggression because that's when you make your mistakes. That's when they can capitalize. Patchy's going to be the better wrestler and probably just the better grappler. This is a very good matchup for a guy like Patchy Mix. And I want to take you back to the Mario Batista fight because I understand the optics of it. Everyone's like, why isn't he wrestling? Why isn't he doing this? Why he wasn't doing anything? He wasn't doing it. That fight, I'm not saying he fucking, I'm not saying he won the fight. And people are going to be like, that fight was closer than people think. This guy landed 122 strikes in 3 rounds. He threw over 300 strikes. The first round, the strikes were 43-36. The second round, they were 65-59. Now, he started, Mario got ahead a little bit more in that third round. But that fight, people remember that performance as like, oh my God, because we expected Patchy Mix to come in and use that wrestling and use that grappling. But he went at this guy and was doing okay in the striking. Yeah, he probably should have mixed stuff in, but it's the way people remember that performance was he was just standing there and he didn't do anything and Mario fucking dominated that fight. Sally D, my fucking boy, even had a round for Patchy Mix. So this is a major step down in competition from fucking Mario Batista to this guy Jacob. This guy Jacob is not dangerous with the hands. He wants to wrestle. He's a sloppy grappler. This is the fight for Patchy Mix. If he fucking loses this one, I'm willing to look stupid on it, but he should fucking smoke a guy like Jacob, who I understand, whatever, but, this minus 250, I think people are going to be looking back on this and being like, oh, fuck, man. Why didn't we bet Patchy was minus 250? It's because of the way people remember his past performance, and they're not betting this line. That's why it's not minus 400. It should be minus 400.
I agree with pretty much everything you said. My one complaint, though, with the Mario Batista fight, I fully recognize it was short notice. It was a long layoff. Mario Batista's a top 10 guy in the world.
Dude, he threw more strikes than Mario Batista.
I fully understand that, but that's the issue. The issue is he's this nasty grappler, and he didn't put himself in a position to win.
But Mario is such a, he's a very good
You don't know till you
wrestler.
try. That's my issue. You don't know till you try.
Shot a
You didn't
takedown.
try. In the third round, after it was very clear he was getting his ass kicked. He waited too long.
But I mean, the
turn
striking wasn't that flip flop. That's what I'm saying. Like, he was doing fine in the striking. They were close rounds. And when you're in the fight and you don't want to force the wrestling into UFC, and you're that's what I try to tell people on live streams all the time. They're like, why is it? I can't believe, why are they doing it? When you are landing strikes in a fight and you're not really getting hurt, because it's not like he was getting hurt, you think that you're just having a good fight. When it's back and forth and you're touching, these numbers aren't crazy. When you're in the fight, you're just thinking, oh, I'm landing, I'm doing pretty well.
There's some truth to what you're saying, but I fundamentally disagree with a few things. There's some truth is people definitely remember it worse than it was because our expectations were high.
Sally D had it 29-28.
Those rounds were not close. Just reading off the striking stats and be like, oh, the numbers, they were not close.
A judge scored a round for Patchy.
The undeniably worst judge that is always on the wrong side of decisions.
I like Sally now.
I bet you do. So, my issue isn't that he lost that fight. It's Mario Batista, quality loss. My issue isn't that he got run through. He was a big fit. My issue is he didn't put himself in a position when he changed nothing. Was perfectly content losing round after round after round. With that being said, I agree with everything else you said. He should win this fight. I'm picking him to win. Jacob is a regional guy. You got to call to the big show. This is set up for Patchy to win, and you nailed it with the whole a very good grappler wants an aggressive grappler. Yeah, come at me and do all sorts of crazy shit. You're not going to catch me in your weird roll for a knee bar out of nowhere exchange, so I'll take it. So Patchy should absolutely win this fight. I don't know if I'll build up the nerve to bet on him because he's not a good fighter. My concern is I watched him losing a fight and change nothing. That's my issue. Anytime we watch a fighter.
It's just a style. It's just the fucking,
And maybe it was the short notice. Maybe it was the layoff. I get it.
Pitbull did the same thing. He didn't shoot takedowns versus Yair. He was just fucking letting Yair. He just couldn't get to Yair. He just didn't know how to approach Yair. He just didn't know how to approach Mario. He wasn't getting inside. Things were getting away a little bit, and it just is what it is. Good matchup, so fucking fuck it.
Yeah, I think Patchy Mix wins this fight. I think it's a showcase fight, and I think you're spot on where a lot of people may end up with oh shit, that was an easy spot. How dumb am I? A former world champion who's not old versus a random UFC debut. Yeah, you're right. There 100% will be some, I don't want to say buyer's remorse, but some non-buyer's remorse, onlooker remorse.
Saturday live stream. Oh.
Jacob will be here watching the fights with Big Ange. $9,000 in DraftKings Fantasy for Patchy Mix. If he runs through Jacob, that will be worth it. So I'm going to leave that up to you to decide. But if you do want to check out what the tools have to say, we have an optimizer. It'll build DraftKings fantasy lineups for you. We have an artificial intelligence that will pick fights based solely off historical data. And we have 5 cappers. Check out every pick, every bet, every tool. For not just this card, but UFC Rio next week, UFC Vancouver the week after that, and then UFC 321 the week after that. $1.99 super chat from Strawberry Grapefruit. Big Ange, did you make the JOI yet? I still don't know what that is.
You have
What
any
is
guesses or anything?
Joy? I mean,
It is joy. I mean, that is...
J-O, my brain immediately is like jerk off. J-O. What's the I?
What'd you say? What'd you think it was?
J-O, my brain is like, all right, jerk off. Like if you just wrote, did you J-O yet? I'm like, all right, did you jerk off? I don't know what the I
say that
is.
in your group chats or something?
No.
Do you text your boys, did you J-O today?
Hey, how'd the J-O go? No. That is not something we message each other. Somebody said instrumental.
Jerk off intuitively.
Next up at UFC 320, we got a lady fight. We got Macy Chiasson taking on Yana Santos. Macy Chiasson, 10-4 in her career, 3-2 in her last 5. She is coming off that decision loss to Ketlin Vieira. Taking on Yana Santos, 16-8 in her career, 2-3 in her last 5. She's riding a 2-dose fight win streak. Macy Chiasson, somebody I've been pretty high on in the past. She is long. She uses that length really, really well for a giant chunk of her career. Good Muay Thai striker who comes forward, ties you up, elbows, knees in the clinch. She has added grappling to her game, and it's been working for her. She's had 12 takedowns in her last 5 fights. She is coming off that loss, however, to Ketlin Vieira, where she was slightly behind on the striking, and she could not get the grappling going. Taking on Yana Santos, Thiago Moreta Santos' wife and the mother of his young child. High volume striker. She lands almost 5 significant strikes per minute. She does not really have a ton of power, but she's got good output. She mixes things up well. Great footwork. There is some random offensive wrestling in the mix. 50% accuracy in the takedowns and basically 50% in the defense as well. She is coming off that pretty straightforward win over Miesha Tate. And I think Yana's a fantastic underdog here. I have been high on Macy Chiasson in the past. Jacob and I watched her fight live in person at UFC 303, and I bet on her. I thought she was going to win that fight, and she did win that fight. It was more of a cut situation than a pure domination, but Macy is longer than most in this division. She can strike and grapple. Macy's a very good fighter, but I do think that the change in her approach isn't going to work well for her here. I'm picking Yana Santos because Macy is no longer that crazy long Muay Thai striker. She is now looking to grapple, like primarily looking to grapple. And if she's coming forward trying to out-wrestle Yana Santos in Las Vegas, where people don't care about wrestling and the judges could give a fuck about an empty takedown, Yana Santos could defend a few, get her hands going, take a close decision. You can see the odds sort of collapsed here, plus 250 to plus 155. I'm on the Yana Santos side. I think she gets it done. A plus 3.5 bet's just not going to work here. I was kind of hoping the odds would widen again, which they didn't. But I may end up doing something. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, this feels as simple as Macy either gets the takedowns or she doesn't. Because, you know, at range, she didn't really use her length really, really well. I think the bigger cage is going to help her. I know that Ketlin, she was kind of closed in a little bit, and Ketlin was able to kind of walk her down. I think the bigger cage will help her stay away from Yanta, but also kind of help her set up some more takedowns. She's either going to get the takedowns and win, or she doesn't, because Yana's got okay takedown defense, but if you take her down, once Miesha finally got that takedown at the very end of that fight, you saw how quickly she got on top of her, transition to the back. Macy's a very big, long, tall girl. If she gets on top, she can kind of bury you. So she's either going to get the takedowns or she's not. Honestly,
it's just an awkward game of chicken, guys. Strap in.
That's a fucking. Honestly, I don't know if she is or not. I'm gonna go with Yana because I just think that she's got a little bit more of a dog, a little bit more tenacity in her in the striking. what I'll say is this. I've been thinking about this. If you guys are going to play Macy, instead of playing Macy minus 180, and I don't know what the line is yet, but it feels like this is probably going to be a 1.5 takedown line for Macy. It's probably going to be priced about a minus 150. So instead of playing the minus 180 money line, I would take the over 1.5 takedowns at like minus 150. It doesn't cost you as much. If she gets it, she probably wins anyway, but she might get a couple and still lose the fight, and you're still going to hit the bet. I think it's a little bit of a cheaper way to play Macy because you're not going to pay as much. If she gets it, you're going to hit the win. You're going to hit it anyway, and she could get a couple and lose the fight. You still win your bet. So I think it comes out of the takedowns. I'm with you on Yana. Not quite as high as you, but I get it.
Oh, I'm surprised. I thought I was going to be like the only person going this direction because I know there's a lot of people.
Never on an island.
There's a lot of.
I would never.
There's a lot of people very confident in Macy, and I get it. I have been very high on Macy myself multiple times over, but she is changing who she is as a fighter. Who Macy is now is not who she was 3-4 years ago. In a good way, she's evolved. But just like when we broke down Punahele, and he knocked a few people out, and then he's like, what the hell am I wrestling for? That's so much harder than this. I'm just going to do this. Macy's almost gone the other direction with like, why the hell am I getting hit in the face when I can just take people down? And this isn't going to be that straightforward. Yana's a very, very good striker who was a striker long before her MMA career.
Yeah, she got a little mean streak to her.
And like she was on a skid there and things weren't looking good, but she had a baby. She literally was like, I was breastfeeding, so I was up all night.
Whoa.
Now that she's past the baby stage, she's looked good in those last two performances. So
yeah, the takedown defense look, and Misha didn't have she didn't really have the striking anymore to she's kind of the old school, just all in, but it still looked good. I mean, Misha got to a couple singles and stuff, and she was stuffing the head and doing what she needed to do, split the legs, all that stuff. So, and she looked comfortable there as well. Once she got taken down, it was an issue, but.
Yeah, and I think there's only two outcomes in this fight. I think it's either Yana Santos wins at 29-28 where she defended most but not all takedowns, kind of close and boring. Or Macy just absolutely runs through her and this fight is not remotely close. I don't see Yana dominating and I don't see Macy getting dominated. She either beats the shit out of her or loses a close one. So if there's a bet there that somehow makes sense for you, go ahead and jump on. If you want to check out every bet that we have placed, go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top. It's only $10. Access to every single pick, every single bet, every single tool. No upsell, no cross-sell, no weird packages like, oh, fantasy is another $5. None of that bullshit. $10, all of it instantly. WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top and unlock it not only for UFC 320, but all the way out to UFC 321 as well.
We mentioned you being on an island. What would be your 3 items to bring with you?
Any 3. And no like stupid tricky like a phone so I can call. Just you're there, bring your shit. Gotta have to be a lighter. I would say a lighter, a tarp. If you bring a gun, you run out of bullets. A lighter, a tarp, and a bow and arrow. Let me amend my bow and arrow. A bow fishing bow and arrow. So I can shoot an animal on land or in the water. You?
I would never be in a position to be on island by myself.
Because you can't swim. Next up at UFC 320.
No, we're gonna fucking no, absolutely not. We're gonna absolutely not.
All right. Next up at UFC 320, we have Daniel Santos taking on the public's favorite underdog this week, Ju Sang Yu. Daniel Santos, 12-2 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5, riding a 3-fight win streak, taking on Ju Sang Yu, 9-0, undefeated in his career. He's looking for his second UFC win. Daniel Santos is exactly what you expect from a shoot-a-box fighter. He's very aggressive. His hair will not be this color come fight night. His chin's not great, but he will get dropped and pop right back up. He's got good jiu-jitsu, but it's old school jiu-jitsu where he'll hang out on his back trying to make something happen instead of trying to create a scramble. Wildly aggressive, does all the things. These shoot-a-box might be the only like carbon copy gym that's still out there where everybody fights. That and Nova Nyao. The two gyms where all their fighters basically fight exactly the same way. He is coming off that decision win over the Korean Tiger.
What about the fighting nerds? They all fucking losers.
Carlos Prates is the only one that's been able to rebound, and the others haven't had a chance yet, so we'll see. But Jean Silva looked phenomenal right before that finish, so I imagine he'll rebound pretty well.
Pants.
Ju Sang Yu, guy's a pretty good prospect.
He's what saying you?
Ju Sang Yu. He's a pretty good prospect. If you just watch the fight tape, it's like, this guy is good. A fluid striker. He bounces on his toes. He closes range. He's got a wide stance, switches from southpaw to orthodox, mixes things up. I mentioned he's kind of like Poatan, where the hands are low and he's looking for his spots, not getting crazy. Seems to have some good power. He can grapple as well. He's got some clean takedowns, good control. He's coming off that 28-second knockout win over Jekka Saragai. And I mentioned these stats on my quick picks video. 77% of people on Tapology are picking Ju Sang Yu. But the odds are obviously in the other direction, and they're widening. I know these say minus 150 to minus 142, but when I broke this down 2 days ago, it was minus 120 something. So the money's coming back in on Daniel Santos. So where the money is going and where the public are pretty split here, and that makes it kind of a tricky spot. But I'm on the money side. To watch Ju Sang's fight tape and leave that and saying he could definitely do this at the UFC level is a giant leap. He obviously looks phenomenal. He's beating the shit out of people, but Jekka's not a UFC fighter. Daniel Santos has beaten UFC fighters. I've seen him grapple. I've seen him strike. I've seen him in short fights. I've seen him in long fights. I trust Daniel Santos at this point. He's going to be the pick. Maybe an inside the distance decision, no action, although Ju is super dangerous. This might be a sneaky under round line. Like, this fight can go a lot of different directions, but I do think Daniel Santos is going to be the winner. What do you think, Jacoby?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Willie Cat. That's Daniel Santos. I know this guy, and I kind of called that on the dot his last fight versus Jekka. As you mentioned, Jekka's really not that dude. And when you look at Yu's, I know people think that he's like this crazy, dangerous, like fucking powerful striker who's knocking everybody out. Look at his record: decision versus a 2-6 guy, decision versus a 25-26 guy. Decision versus a guy that, and listen to this record, 35, 25, and 11. I looked at this guy's record. Right now, this guy's 40, 30, and 14. He has 14 draws. How is that even like a fucking... Now, I'm looking at it, and they're like actual draws or something. Must have been a lot of like
only finish to win fights.
Yeah, so I mean it's crazy, but he's going to decisions for another decision versus 18-7 guys. So I know like he had the knockout, the knockout versus Jekka, but he's not this guy that's just like on the regional scene, like just putting everybody away. So I think the power and the danger is a little bit overrated. If there is a finishing upside, I do think it's on the Daniel Santos side. This guy is balls to the fucking wall. His last fight was a short notice, up in weight. Now he's staying at 145, so he should look a little bit cleaner. He was a little bit soft in that fight. But he came in, short notice, up in weight against another very, dangerous Korean striker, the Korean Tiger, Jung Young Lee, and really just took it to him. He kept the pace. His boxing is really, he is not like, I know he is kind of like the shooter box guy, and he's got the toughness and the grappling, whatever, but he's one of the rare guys that actually has really clean boxing. His hands are right here. He's got good head movement. He's nice and tight with the boxing. He works the body. Will throw 3 or 4 or 5 punch combinations. He's not just kind of the Muay Thai throwing the one shot at a time. Good defensively. We've seen that he's tough as well. And in that fight, he showed incredible fight IQ. His boxing was clean. He was hurting Jung Young Lee. He was pushing the pressure. And as he felt himself, probably internally, start to slow down because of the short notice and that, boom, he just goes to the wrestling. He gets a couple takedowns. He starts getting the control. In this fight, Ju Sang Yu is a guy that wants to fight clean. You saw that in the Jekka fight. He wants to hands low, kind of wait, counter strike, wait for you to come in. He is just way too clean to fight a guy like fucking Willie Cat, who's going to be in his face, good defensively, good head movement, throwing combinations, and can mix in some wrestling as well. So I know that people, I didn't realize that people, I'm very surprised, honestly, that people like you that much. I think Willie Cat should be minus 200. Yeah, I think Willie Cat should be minus 200. This guy is overrated power. I know he looks the part, but Willie Cat's a tough tough kid that honestly is a better boxer, going to have the pressure, can mix in the wrestling as well, the better grappler. I'm going to be all over Willie Cat here. I'm trying to figure out how I want to bet it. I showed you that bet earlier today about the inside decisional action. I think that's a great play for Willie Cat, but I think just the money line play is really good value.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised you're on that side as well. I mean, not really, I guess. I guess I was surprised at how much
Willie
of the
Cat's
public...
fucking good.
I agree. I was just shocked at how much of the public was on the other side.
He knocks
I was
out
like,
Jekka, and like all of a sudden he's like this fucking killer. Like, just look at his resume. What are we doing?
and speaking of the Jekka knockout, Tom in Colorado, who I believe is Thomas Rinker. Thomas always sends us letters, right? He sends letters to the P.O. Box. I'm not going to show all these because this does not have his address in it, right? This entire binder is all the mail we've ever gotten on mail day. I save everything. So I appreciate your letters. Tom in Colorado said 12.86 strikes landed per minute. Wow. That's Juseng Yu's stat. That is an extrapolated stat, meaning Juseng Yu knocked out Jekka Saragai in 28 seconds. And in doing so, he landed 6 strikes. So they said 28 seconds, that's not a minute. Let's extrapolate this out to a minute. And once they do that, it ends up as 12.86. So that's how the stats work. They don't, if you didn't fight a full minute, they have to divide it or multiply it, depending on where you're at. Jacob and I are on the same side here. There is some value left if you're on that side as well. Minus 142 is not an insane number. Maybe it's worth a sprinkle. $8,300 in DraftKings Fantasy. If you think he gets it done, maybe with the takedowns, maybe with the striking, maybe it's just 15 minutes, but he's very, very busy. $8,300 is a decent price point for a guy that is established and has been fighting at this level for a while. If you want to check out every pick, every bet, every tool, if you want to see what the optimizer has to say, what the fight simulator has to say, if you want to see what the artificial intelligence has to say, WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top. Next up, at UFC 320, we have Farid Basharat, and he is taking on Chris Gutierrez. Farid Basharat, undefeated in his career. He's the better of the two Basharat brothers. 5-0 in his last 5. He only has 7 career stoppages, taking on Chris Gutierrez, 22-5 in his career, 3-2. In his last 5, he's on a nice little 2-fight win streak. Farid Basharat, well-rounded guy. He can wrestle. He's got that Taekwondo style. He wrestles more than his brother does. His striking is very technical. He bounces in and out. He's not dangerous at all, but he is very mobile, and he's constantly working from side to side. He'll throw lots of kicks. He uses that old school martial arts. He's a pretty straightforward guy, meaning he's very mobile. He will shoot takedowns. He'll keep that old school, not karate, but Taekwondo, but that old school martial arts style. But there's no surprises. He's not going to come in here with some brand new game plan. He's not going to come in here and just get wildly aggressive. He will use the lateral movement, sneak in a takedown when he needs to. Taking on Chris Gutierrez. Good kickboxer, great low kicks, good cage control. He's got good volume at 5 significant strikes landed per minute. Solid cardio as well, so he can keep a pace. His game plan is pretty straightforward as well. There's not a lot of surprises coming from him. He wants to chop the hell out of your legs and then start coming up to the head. He's going to work you, limit that movement, and then get busy trying to find a finish. His takedown defense is listed at 70%, but he has been taken down 7 times in his last 4 fights. And Chris Gutierrez looked pretty solid in his last fight. He did a really good job playing that outside game. He did a really good job sending some of those leg kicks, but we still saw wrestling holes. And I doubt those wrestling holes have been filled since that fight. So Farid is going to have to be the pick. Obviously, Farid can come in here, get his legs chopped up, not have the movement, not get the takedowns, but I think he will. Farid is going to be the pick. Chris is a great stylistic matchup here if he doesn't get the legs going. And I don't think he will because I think Farid's just going to be moving around like crazy. So Farid Basharat is the pick. What do you think, Jacoby?
Yeah, Chris, I like Chris Gutierrez, but he just is, there's just no sense of urgency in anything he does. I mean, even that last fight, like he's bringing crazy pressure, but it's so much just empty pressure of just like feinting and feinting and feinting and feinting. And then when he does get taken, he's actually got okay takedown defense. He's up there at Factory X with Youssef, with Isaac Dolgarian, with David Onama. So all those guys are giving him good looks with the wrestling and stuff. But it's the sense of urgency that when he does get taken down, he just fucking He just lays there. Even in a close fight, he's holding in the guard, and it's just like he's just comfortable of just making sure people don't advance, and he doesn't get finished. And there literally is no feet on the hips. There's no hip escape. There's nothing. He just lays in guard. He tries to control posture, and that's like all he does against a guy like Farid, who has good footwork on the outside, is a good counter striker that can switch stances even if he gets his leg beat a little bit. But it's going to be the wrestling. I think Farid comes in and does the striking until maybe Chris lands a decent shot. And then with those kicks as well, you have to take in consideration, you catch one of those kicks, a guy like Farid, he grabs a hold of your leg, he times a body kick and gets a hold of it. Chris Gutierrez is probably going to get taken down. If he gets taken down, he's probably not going to get back up. I mean, Farid, even against pretty capable, like Victor Hugo in that last fight, it's like a wild fucking leg lock guy, jiu-jitsu guy. Is going to make you fucking whatever. Farid didn't really want to play around with the grappling too much in that one, but was able to get control when he needed to. Against a guy like Chris Gutierrez, if he's on top of him, I don't think Chris Gutierrez is fucking going anywhere, unfortunately. So I just think it's a weird matchup for Chris. It's a little bit short notice too, as well, if I'm not mistaken. I understand the odds. Obviously, Chris is always going to be live for a weird kick, a weird knee, something like that. But Farid is a pretty proven striker. He's fast, he moves, switch stances, counter striker, but the wrestling is just, I mean, Chris just doesn't have a sense of urgency when he gets taken down. It's a shame because he's so talented, but he just, like, on the feet, he just doesn't go enough. And then, you know, he just gets taken down, he just stays there. So I got to go Farid.
Yeah, listen, I agree with everything you said. If you're looking for a little better value than the minus 450, I think the over 2.5 is solid. Farid's not really a finisher. Chris is very tough. He has finished before, but I don't think it's going to happen here. You're going to get better value there. Or you could just go Chris Gutierrez inside the distance decision, no action. While I think you'll get a full refund on that because I don't think Farid's going to find a finish. Certainly, if there is a finish in this fight, it's more on the other side. I saw a couple of comments like, oh, Farid's going to get laid out stiff. He's not his brother. He is a better fighter than his brother. He's more mobile. He's more active. He's a better striker. He has a sense of urgency. His brother does not.
Yeah,
obviously, Ricky Simone caught him, but
yeah, he's much more dialed in.
So we are both on the same side. We're both pretty confident in that. Make sure you go to the website, check out all the picks and the bets.
I'll take the guy with almost 30 fights over the guy with 13 fights. Yeah, go bet on Anthony Smith the last 10 fights. That dude had like 50 fights.
That was solid. So does Gerald Mearshart.
Yeah,
go bet on Gerald Mearshart. Yeah. Actually, Gerald Mearshart is fighting Bo Nickel. So go bet that. 50 fights versus 8.
Actually, we might actually buy him.
I mean, that's not the worst, but it's gonna be it's gonna be what everybody thinks it's gonna be. Anyway. Farid Basharat's the pick. Check out all the picks, all the bets, all the tools, every single thing that we offer on the website right now, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. Access for an entire month all the way out to UFC 321. We have an unbelievable super chat, Enema, with the 100 American dollars. And he said over 47.5, the Dolphins Jets finally hit, which means another big UFC and NFL round robin win. I'm up nearly $10,000 in the past 3 weeks. You guys are the shit. I have to imagine, well, we didn't give him that NFL pick. I guess there was some fights along the way, man. We appreciate you. You're in here every single week supporting the boys. Cannot thank you enough. Let us know what the rest of that round robin was. I'm curious.
Yeah, the Jets almost came back, I guess. It looked like 27-21.
They lost?
Yeah, they
Or the
lost.
fight's still going?
The fight's still going?
Rude. Next up, at UFC 320, we have Edmen Shahbazyan taking on Andre Muniz in an ultimate clash of styles. Edmen Shahbazyan, 15-5 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He's on the 2-fight knockout streak, or win streak, I guess. Taking on Andre Muniz, 24-7 in his career, 2-3 in his last 5. Coming off that knockout loss to Ikram Aliskirov. Edmen Shahbazyan, very good striker. Very well-rounded in the striking realm. He's got impressive kicks. He'll slam with elbows. He'll pop in and out. He'll work the body. He'll work the head. His big issue, though, is he will plant because he does throw intense. So he will plant. He will throw big. And because he throws big and because he's heavy on those feet when he's planting, he can be taken down. The takedown defense is listed at 66%. But if he does end up on the ground, he does not have much to offer, just pure survival mode. Solid offensive wrestling, though. He has almost 2 takedowns per fight on average. He's coming off that decision win over Andre Petrosky, where he had Andre rocked, but he was taken down twice. He's taken on Andre Muniz, a BJJ killer. He's got decent striking. He's got okay wrestling. He hits pretty hard, nothing spectacular, but he will get after it. He's not quite a BJJ nerd, but he is basically submission or bust sort of at this point later in his career. He will take real wrestling shots. The chin's starting to give out on him a little bit. We just saw that in the Ikram Al-Skirov fight where he got absolutely cracked. This is a tricky fight because one of these dudes is going to look great. Either Edmen defends the takedowns and just batters the hell out of Andre, or Andre gets the takedowns and Edmen is just fully exposed and everybody's going to be furious. And how could we bet? Free bet, free money, free money. Andre was free. It's one or the other. Like, this is not an in-between fight. I don't see a decision. I think the best bet here is does not go the distance. I'm going to... What'd you say?
Minus 400.
Does not go the... Damn. I think Edmen Shahbazyan... I'm going to pick him. I think Edmen Shahbazyan wins this fight because we saw a perfect depiction of this with the Andre Petroski fight. He stayed calm. He landed clean, rocked Andre. And while he got taken down 2 times, he was fine. And this could be the exact same thing. I think he wins this fight the way he was supposed to win the Gerald Meerschaert fight. In the Gerald Meerschaert fight, he defended the takedowns. He looked good. He was beating the piss out of him. Then got death gas tired and lost that fight. I think this is that exact same fight, except he doesn't end up getting death gas tired. Edmen Shahbazyan is the pick, but pretty low confidence in that just given the clash of styles here. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, and I hate doing this, but, I like to deep dive into what's really going on. And I know people like Edmen. I see it in the chat. Oh, parlay piece, lock him in, easy play, easy play.
It's not
he's
easy.
the better
Who's saying
striker.
that?
He's the better striker. I mean, it's your chat. His wins in the last. I mean, this guy's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and 5 in the last 5 years. This guy Edmen Shahbazyan. His 4 wins are Dolce, AJ Dobson, where he got cracked and had to get a takedown. Dylan Budka, which that guy is not a fucking UFC guy. And then Andre Petroski, who we just saw fucking this past week, is just a fucking bum. He's a bum. Those are the people who Edmen is beating. He's not beating a guy. He hasn't yet beating a guy like Andre Muniz, who is underrated. This guy came in against Brendan Allen, and people were like, oh, is Andre Muniz going to get the takedowns? He made Brendan Allen start wrestling because he was outboxing a guy like Brendan Allen. I'm not saying he's going to outstrike Edmen Shahbazyan, but he was taking down a guy like Iron Turtle, who is a wrestler, is a grappler, was fucking mauling this guy. He did get actually a pretty good entry against Ikram, who is a fucking wrestler. Now, he was backed up against Ikram. He was worried about Ikram's takedowns. He got buzzed a little bit. It's not like he got flatlined. He got dropped a little bit and then was kind of TKO'd. He wasn't just absolutely put out with some big shot. He got buzzed and he got knocked out as a TKO, and Edmen's going to be the better striker here. But Edmen's going to get taken down. And we've seen the issues that Edmen has when he does get taken down. He's going to get taken down. He's going to have to survive that early takedown. And if he does survive that early takedown, he's going to have to survive another takedown attempt. I don't know if he's going to put this guy Andre Muniz out, I think he's got pretty good entries, especially against a guy who doesn't really have those takedowns with Andre Petroski were such fucking bullshit. He defended fucking through takedowns. It was like he had barely had an ankle and Edmen just kicked out of it. Another one, he was halfway on the fence and he kind of split. If Andre gets in that position of almost seat belting Edmen against the fence, Edmen's not fucking going anywhere. So I would be very fucking careful with Edmen Shahbazyan this week, who has a very hollow record, 4 and 5 in the last 5 years. 4 wins, very fucking hollow. Andre's fought some good people. He's shown striking. He's shown wrestling against actual fucking wrestlers, grappling against actual fucking grapplers. If he gets on top of Edmen's not fucking going anywhere. And we've seen gas tank issues from Edmen in the past when he's forced to wrestle. The reason he lost to Gerald Meerschaert was because he got tired, got taken down, and was like, all right, I'm going to fucking head home. Could see the same thing happen here. I'm going Andre Muniz in this one.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not going to argue with you because I picked Edmen, but I was very low confidence. This fight, the clash of styles, Edmen is not great on the back. He's not great on the ground. Andre Muniz, He's been finished in all 7 of his losses, so he's not Mr. Durability. If he executes in his game plan, the guy's rock solid. If he can't, he loses. Like this, I am not confident on either side of this fight, but I went ahead and leaned the striker because every fight starts standing and every round is at least a fresh start. So I'm on the Edmen Shahbazyan side, Jacob on the Andre Muniz side. Whatever side you're on, play that person in DraftKings Fantasy. Whatever side you're on, because they will win by finish and they will score some very real points. If you want to check out everything.
I think the under 1.5 on this one's interesting. So minus 140.
I went over 1.5. Dude, 1.5 is not a long time, and I think they'll both be a little weary to engage early.
I think somebody is going to look way better than the other person in this one.
Instantly, like you think they'll get after it? I would think Edmen is like, all right, let me worry about the takedowns, and Andre, who's just clipped and dropped, might not just come rushing in.
He's always a first-round guy. He always gets in people's faces.
I didn't bet the over. I just leaned it in the round line leans on the website, because on the website,
or we're gonna Saturday live stream. We're playing the under.
You keep saying that. You're just setting these people up for. Jacob's gonna come hang out with the boys on Saturday. Let this dude have a break. Let this dude have a break. There's
not a chance in fucking hell that
you literally said before there is a chance.
It was just a lie.
I don't know if you know this, Angelo. People do lie. You ever see that movie, The Invention of Lying? Great movie.
Mm-hmm.
With Ricky.
Yeah, with Ricky.
Go to the website, wewantpicks.com. It has everything you could literally ever want or need. Literally. Go to the website, check it all out. If there's something that's not on there that you want, let me know. We'll look at it, because we're constantly adding features. We're adding tools. We're adding functionality. We're changing the look to make it more user-friendly. That website is by far the greatest offering in this space. There is nothing remotely close. wewantpicks.com. Click Become a Member. It's freaking $10. And that $10 lasts an entire month. Gets you all the way out to UFC 321. You talking to your dog? The puppy is she's getting, I probably have to let her out. She's getting squirrely in here. And Tiffany's on at a funeral in Massachusetts.
I bet.
With her ex. If you guys want to leave a message for the boys, 866-WE-WANT-PICKS. That's 866-939-2687. Give us a prediction. Give us a breakdown. Just say what's on your mind. Leave a message.
Do that? You keep saying that, but you're not playing it. Do you have them? People just aren't doing it, or what?
We probably get 15 to 20 messages a week. It really comes down to how often I say it. And when I say it,
what do you do? You just like jerking off to them? We don't even hear them. You've been saying a lot of them 6 months or 6 weeks. We haven't heard one.
Because the problem is, what I need to be doing is promoting it in the recap video so that we get it for this video and play them at the beginning of this. I need to get into that cadence. A lot of them are ideas, like good ideas. Hey, premium would be cool if it had this, stuff like that.
Everyone calling right now and just roast the shit out of Angelo.
Okay. 499 euros. Spectre Watch. Hey, Jake, what's the most amount of blackjack loss you had? I just blackjack all the profit I got from your stream and loss, which was 5,100 euros.
The most, let the pussy out. The most, I don't even know how much it was, but I remember what it was. It was for my 21st birthday, I went to Vegas with my uncle, my cousin, and my dad. And we were at the Hard Rock, which is kind of a random hotel to be at. But that back in the day, I mean, that was a while ago. So we stayed at the fucking, like, the Rio, back when the Rio was the shit. Went to the Hard Rock. Everyone's fucking wasted. I wasn't drinking a ton. And back then, I had no money. Like, I was a college kid, fucking literally no money. But, you know, my dad was giving me some money, whatever. But we were all sitting at the blackjack table together. And my dad was winning like fucking crazy. I mean, he was only betting like $100-something a hand or whatever, but he was fucking raking in. And every time he was winning, he would stack it up and he'd give it to me because I didn't have any money. So he would like just give me his winnings so I could keep playing. What a great guy. But he kept, and I was losing everything that he was winning. And it was probably thousands and thousands that he was winning, would shovel it to me, and then I would just immediately fucking lose it. So it wasn't even my money, but I've been in the thousands for sure.
I've never. I'll play blackjack. I'll sit down, a couple $100. If it's gone, it's gone. I'm done.
This motherfucker, when we were in Vegas at 303, I don't know what we were doing, but then we ended up at the Park MGM. We sit down at a blackjack table. I'm like, I didn't have my cash with me. So I'm like, hey, Angelo, give me some cash and I'll hit you back so we can play blackjack. This motherfucker had like $200 cash on him in Vegas. Hands me $100. Lost his $100 in fucking 7 minutes. Like, I'm going to go to bed. It's 8 o'clock. He leaves me with $100 in cash, all he had. And I just sit there and try to just manage that shit, which I end up stretching for like an hour and a half.
How you tried to make me sound like the villain here is crazy. I was out of money. Angelo gave me his last $100.
I wasn't out of money. We were somewhere where I had all my cash in the room because I didn't want to carry all my cash with me because we were I think it was at we went to the press conference or something. So I wasn't going to bring all my fucking cash with me. So I'm like, Angelo, float me some cash. You're like, I got $100. Like, what do you walk around with $100 fucking dollars?
I don't walk around with anything. I'm surprised I had that. I never have cash. I'd be the worst person to rob.
You grew up with immigrant parents.
The money's in the mattress. I'd be the worst person to rob. There's nothing to take. It's just cards. I don't carry cash. Who the hell carries cash? That's insane. Everything's on my phone, including the We Want Picks app. We have an app, and it is 100% free. Just search We Want Picks in the App Store. You have push notifications turned on. You'll get a notification every time we place a bet. You'll get a notification anytime something crazy happens. It wasn't just a few pay-per-views ago. We lost 2 fights on fight day, and you got a push notification letting you know so that you can make adjustments as needed. Just search We Want Picks in the App Store. Is 100% free. Inside the app, you'll have access to everything the website offers, like the fight simulator, the optimizer, the data analyzer, the line movement tracker, the prop hunter, the tape index, all of that. Available both inside the app and on any browser on planet Earth, mobile or desktop, for only $10 an entire month. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. This is what you'll unlock. UFC 320 this weekend. Rio next weekend. Vancouver the weekend after that. And then UFC 321, where Tom Aspinall finally gets to defend the belt as the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. Next up, at UFC 320, we have the opening fight of the main card. We got Joe Pyfer, everybody's angry, chip on his shoulder favorite guy, taking on Abus Magomedov. Joe Pyfer, 14-3 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He is on a 2-fight win streak, taking on Abus Magomedov, 28-6 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5 on a 3-fight win streak. We all know Joe by now. First of all, miserable prick. Like, miserable prick. Have you ever seen him smile, Jacob? I don't think I've seen this guy smile once.
I fucking hate the guy.
He's a miserable, miserable bastard. But he can fight. He's got powerful hands. He's got good jiu-jitsu. He's got good wrestling. The only real knock on him as far as his fight skills are concerned are the fact that he gasses. He does not love pressure. He will slow down. We just saw it in the Kelvin Gastelum fight. He won that fight pretty handily. 3rd round, gone. If that was a 5-round fight, there was no way he was going to turn that ship and be able to get it done. He's taking on Abus Magomedov. Abus Magomedov, very similarly to Joe Pyfer, slows the hell down as fights go on. He's a versatile striker. He also has wrestling as a backup plan. He's got sneaky power. It's not as obvious as Joe's because it never looks like he's throwing big shots and then he'll crack somebody and then people are all of a sudden a little wobbledy-dobbledy-double. Long striker, does a good job using that length to counter people. If he's on the wrong end of an exchange, he'll start shooting some takedowns. He does fade as fights go on. He did actually recently as well against Michelle Pereira. I don't like Joe. I think Joe's just sort of an angry bridge troll for a guy that's 6 foot whatever in the UFC, has power in his hands. He's got a small man complex. He is literally angry at everybody.
Very insecure.
Insanely insecure. And he's like he got the hair touched up. He's like a decent looking dude. And now all of a sudden he's just mad at the world for no reason whatsoever. Luckily for him,
he literally was like, obviously he was like, I'm the man, I'm the fucking man. Then he lost. He was like, I can't. A lot of people are just hating on me. What?
Oh, dude, he really is just angry at the world. Like when he got diarrhea in Mexico and said he didn't have diarrhea and then made fun of all Mexican people and said Mexico was disgusting. Then he got mad at other people when they said something about that. Like, what are we doing, dude? Jesus, Mary. Either way, I do think he wins this fight, though. I think this is, honestly, a perfect matchup for him. He's a good fighter. He hits insanely hard. He has wrestling if he needs it. He's got a decent chin. And he's fighting somebody who also fades. So this is literally this is a perfect matchup for him. I am shocked he's only minus 230 on a card where we have Patchy Mix at what 3-1. We have
250.
minus 250. Who's that other dude we broke down? Was Austin Vanderford is 3-1 on a card like that where we have these close matchups that should not be 3-1, and Joe Pyfer's only 2-1. That's actually crazy. Joe should be 3, 4, 5-1 here. Joe's the pick. I think it's just a very good matchup for him. What do you think, Jacoby?
Nobody. Okay. Nobody talks about my Mexican hermanos and gets away with it. Nobody talks down upon mi Mexico amigos and gets away with it. I've had my issues with Joe Pyfer in the past, but that just fucking really kicks it up a notch. This is a hate pick. I'm always honest with you guys. Fuck Joe Pyfer. I'm taking a boost. I understand he's got the speed. He's got the power. A boost is long. Likes that little teep kick. Likes to stay at range. I think he can do enough early to frustrate a Joe, to overthrow. And when you're overthrowing and you're missing, you gas even harder. I'm taking a boost to run this fucker over with the bus. Get the fuck out of the way, Joe Pyfer. The bus is coming through. It's a hate pick, but I do what I gotta do. I stick with me amigos. I'm taking a boost to get it done.
I am surprised you're going there. I get hate pick. You made it very, very, very clear. I am surprised though. Abus is not very good.
The fuck you talking about, you stupid fuck?
Okay. Would you like to bet straight up? I'll bet you.
Yeah, let me guess. You want even odds?
I'll give you 2-1.
Well, he's minus 230, Angelo. I thought you were very confident. I thought you said Abus sucks.
Well,
You
bet
should give me
openly
5-1.
minus 218 to
Give me
plus
5-1.
218.
You said Abus is terrible. He sucks.
I'm not going to give you 5-1. That's absurd.
Well, wow. There goes that confidence.
Well, if we do the bet openly odds, it's minus 218 plus 218. See the deflection?
You don't even
guys see
have
that,
money.
right?
I
got money in there. We crushed. I've been crushing on bet openly. I got money in there. So you want to take the bet or not? Very simple.
Anything. You can send anything.
Okay. I'll send something in a minute here. I'm on the Joe Pyfer side because I can put biases aside. Don't like the guy. Don't need to like him. He hits hard. I think a boost is just kind of sloppy. Also,
I
slows
put my
down.
biases aside with this fucking boy, Andre Petrosky, and look where that got us.
That is true.
What a joke.
That didn't work out well. And Joe, in fairness to you and your hatred, did talk shit about Jacob, right? He said some shit about you and then deleted the story.
Yeah, I didn't even see what it was. I just saw he mentioned me in a story because I was talking shit about Sean Brady, which me and Sean have made up. I still have a stack of his T-shirts. Spent $400 on his T-shirt, so
You got
I
10 of them, yeah.
I respect Sean Brady at this point, but fuck Joe Pyfer for his shit attitude.
Even this picture, I was joking at the quick picks. They literally all right, give us your best smile.
Those dumbass yellow glasses he's always wearing too. Like he tries to play like the tough guy, but he's too sensitive to play like the tough. I hate everybody type of guy, because then he tries to rage bait people, but then nobody gets rage baited easier than Joe. He literally is like I'm a fuck, fuck Mexico and stuff, but then he turns around and everyone just rage baits him. You can't be that guy and fucking be mad at people. You're just supposed to be I don't give a fuck. It's very weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to disagree at all or defend it because I completely agree. I think the style makes sense, but Jacob and I are split here again. We are split a good amount on this card, and as I've been saying,
I mean, it's a hate pick.
Oh, well, if you want a non-hate pick, we have Artem giving you his picks for every fight on this card. We have Betsam giving you his picks for every fight in this card, and we have the artificial intelligence, which I think is a man, but it might be a woman, giving you its picks for every single fight on this card. You could check out every pick, every bet, every tool for only $10 an entire month. WeWantPicks.com. Click become a member at the top. Dude, this puppy wants out so bad. She's going to fucking shit on this floor. Wait. $4.99 super chat from Jared Staples. Them Colts lost, Jacob. That was fucked.
Yeah, the Colts didn't lose.
They got, a bad call? They got screwed out of something?
They had a wide receiver that cost them 14 points. the motherfucker, and Angelo, you're not going to understand anything of what I'm about to say, but he caught a 70-yard touchdown, and right before he crossed the goal line, he tried to celebrate with the ball, dropped the ball, so it ended up being a touchback for the other team. They got the ball. And then Jonathan Taylor had like a 50-yard touchdown run. The same wide receiver was holding for no reason, called that fucking touchdown back. 14 points it cost him.
Damn, that does.
Do you want to
suck.
handle that dog or something?
I'm just making sure she's not going to piss or shit on my floor. She seems good. She's
It should
chewing.
be well trained by now. My God, it's been weeks.
Yeah, literally weeks. Correct.
Yeah, it takes a weekend to train a dog.
She's a puppy. She's not old
I
enough
had
to
a
hold
pup.
it in
I
there.
had an 8-week-old puppy that was trained over the weekend. Very easy. You just do it.
Oh, Sadie, do it. She's doing it. Next up, at UFC 320, we have Josh Emmett taking on Yusuf Zalal. Josh Emmett, 19-5 in his career, 2-3 in his last 5, coming off that decision loss to the undefeated Lerone Murphy, taking on Yusuf Zalal, 17-5 in his career, 5-0 in his last 5 on a 9-fight win streak. Josh Emmett is a very familiar face at this point. He's a high-level wrestler who doesn't really wrestle because he's got power in his hands, and he just starts knocking people out. He has 16 fights in the UFC with 12 knockdowns, and that is an absurd statistic for a wrestler to have. His fight IQ is not spectacular, but we did see more wrestling out of him in his last fight. He fought Lerone Murphy. Not a wildly competitive fight, but he did come forward, and he did shoot more takedowns than he had been recently. He still has high-level skills. He's insanely tough, and he hits ridiculously hard. He's taking on Yusuf Zalal. Yusuf Zalal was cut in 2023 after a pretty tough slate. Went on the regional scene, got a couple of wins, came back, and since he came back, has looked phenomenal. When he left the UFC, he was sort of like a rangy distance striker. When he came back to the UFC, he was a nasty, come forward, shoot a takedown, submit you grappler. He is coming off of that recent win over Calvin Kattar where he won the first 2 rounds, kind of ran away in the third.
He outstruck Calvin in the third round.
He was running backwards, though.
He outstruck Calvin in the third round. It's such a shit narrative.
It's not a shit narrative. We literally saw it with our own eyes. He
outstruck
outstruck him. Come on, dude. He outstruck him because Calvin was winding up and he was literally running backwards. And at some points, he turned around and ran away with his back to Calvin. You can't just go off the stats and say he outstruck him. He literally ran away. Come on.
He literally landed more strikes. What do you want him to do?
Because he'd be like, jab, jab, run. Jab, jab, run. That's not outstriking somebody. That's avoiding a fight.
What do you want him to do?
I'm not criticizing that. He was up 2 rounds. Do it. Win the fight. Do what you need to do. You interrupted and said he outstruck him. So I'm now defending that
your
point.
shit opinion.
Okay. I also gave a fact. And the fact was he's coming off the decision win over Calvin Kattar where he locked in the first 2 rounds and then ran in the third. Anyway, Yusuf Zalal is very good. Yusuf Zalal should absolutely win this fight. I don't see Josh out wrestling Yusuf. I don't see Josh at this age outstriking Yusuf. Obviously, if he lands big, that's a problem for anybody. And I think Yusuf is so defensively sound, and his willingness to avoid a firefight, like we saw in that third round against the Kattar fight, is perfect for this. It's perfect. He will not engage in the bullshit. He will fight a smart fight, and he will win this fight. Should he be a 5-1 favorite against like the number 4 guy on the planet? I guess we'll find out. That seems extreme, but then you look at the matchup, and it's like, that should be what happens. So Yusuf is going to be the pick. The odds are continuing to widen. They feel wide, but outside, like, I'd be curious if anybody in this chat, and I know you won't, but I'd be curious if anybody in this chat says, yes, I think Josh Emmett wins. Who here thinks Josh wins, but not by knockout? Because I think that's the one and only possible outcome here for a Josh Emmett win. What do you think, Jacob?
I think that the most money lost on this entire card is going to be people that look at these odds. They see the highlights. They remember the knockout of Bryce Mitchell. They see the plus 355. They're like, Yusuf Zalal minus. You got to sprinkle Josh at 355. You got to play Josh. I'm sprinkling Josh at KO. All those little sprinkles that everyone's going to play, they're all going to fucking lose. They're all going to fucking lose. Listen to Josh Emmett himself. A few months ago, Yusuf Zalal said, I want to fight Josh Emmett. What did Josh Emmett say? I'd actually rather not fight you. I want to fight a bigger. I don't want to fight you. He didn't want to fight a bigger. He does not want to fight Youssef Zalal because it is the worst matchup in the fucking division for fucking Josh Emmett. A guy that just wants to wing wild shit against a guy that doesn't fucking stop moving. Not only does he not stop moving, but the way he can shoulder roll and roll with shots is next fucking level. Nobody touches Youssef. Nobody punches him clean. He fought fucking Ilya. I know that was short notice. Ilya all the time. Ilya wasn't touched. He made Ilya start wrestling because Ilya was getting frustrated chasing this guy down. The movement, the in and out. Now he's mixed in. He's got offensive wrestling as well. Josh Emmett is not going to take this guy down. I have talked to Youssef. Youssef's my friend. This is a biased fucking pick, but I'm telling you right now, I told Youssef this. If I was game planning for Josh Emmett, I would just crash into clinches. I would try to hold against the fence and try to strike with elbows off the fucking clinch, get back in the clinch, but you can't hold Youssef in those positions. He's too good at this point. He used to be, back in the day, you could get in those. You could take him down. He is too good in the prime of his fucking career. His movement's too good. His striking's too good. His defensive striking's too good. His takedown offense is too good. Josh Emmett is a 40-year-old winging wild shit. He's not going to land a big shot. He's not going to wrestle. These odds are correct. And if you're sprinkling on Josh Emmett, you're sprinkling on a pile of fucking shit. Youssef Zalal is going to get this job done. It's going to be easy. Josh Emmett didn't want to fight this guy. You're going to find out why. Youssef Zalal is too fucking good at this point.
I literally agree with everything you're saying, and that's what I was like trying to articulate with the odds. Like, it feels wide, but I don't know why it feels wide, because then I look at the matchup and it's like he should win this fight.
And the way that too is Josh Emmett, like, he's like keeps posting like I boxed 10 rounds. For fucking what? Why you should, if anything, Josh should have been just wrestling and hope that he can take down and control and wear down a guy. You're not going to stand. Youssef's not going to, he doesn't box people. That's why Calvin Guitar was getting fucking pissed off and just throwing wild shit, because he doesn't stand in front of you and box. Okay, you're boxing for 10 rounds in the gym against this guy that's standing in front of you. Youssef doesn't fucking play those games. He's fucking in, he's out, he's left, he's right. You're going to be standing there. Yeah, where's he going?
I completely agree, and I just looked up what these odds translate to. Minus 455, which, listen, does seem wide on paper. He's fighting the number 5 ranked guy on the planet.
No, they're like 8 and 9.
Oh. That translates to 78%. So 78% of the time, Youssef wins this fight. That seems correct to me. Youssef Zalal is going to be the pick. Don't quite know what I'm going to do. Maybe there's some value. Youssef by decision, potentially. I mean, he could submit Josh, in theory, if he goes all in there. I think he avoids... I think he avoids fire on the feet. So, to your point, anybody doing a little sprinkle on Josh to win, money line, inside the distance decision, no action,
the books know what they're doing.
It's a sprinkle for a reason.
I think the books got this a little bit wide because they want people to play Josh.
I mean, I get it, especially because they didn't. What is interesting, though, is they're not following the money line, meaning plus 355 and minus 455 are very wide. They didn't juice the plus 355. You get what I'm saying? Should be 20% between those two. That's where their profit margin is. That's way more than 20%.
I would wash that neck. I would watch.
Okay. $6,800 in DraftKings Fantasy. If you think there's a Hail Mary, do it. If not, leave it alone. The Youssef 94 is a little tricky because you're going to need that submission. If there's not that submission, then he is just avoiding the chaos, winning a point fight, which will be great for the scorebooks, great for a parlay, not great for your DraftKings Fantasy. Check out our...
Yeah, I was there too, man. This is full. I love seeing this from my guy Youssef. When he came back to the UFC... at the fucking Apex, Angelo was saying, "Oh, this guy Youssef shit."
Billy Q's, they cut him for a reason.
Billy Q's gonna smoke him. I was at the Apex when Youssef came through that curtain. I was the first person he saw with a fist bump. I said, "Welcome back to the UFC." I said, "Welcome home, baby." Gave me a big smile. Came up to me after the fight. Ever since then, we just been BFFs. No, I like Yusuf. He's a cool guy. He's a great guy. He's been on the show. We love Yusuf.
Yeah, he was on the show. He's a great time. If you want to check out every pick, every bet, every tool, if you want the artificial intelligence to guide you, the DraftKings optimizer to build a lineup for you, check it all out. WeWantPicks.com. Click. It's freaking It's such an insignificant amount of money for what you get. It's absolutely insane.
And by the way, when he becomes the champ, which he's going to become the champ, I mean, there's no doubt about that. Let's just keep this into consideration here. Hold on, let me get this. Go ahead and talk to us first a little bit.
Beep bop boop bing bong bang bop 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 bop.
Let's be serious.
Angelo selling his soul. So Angelo, who created this unbelievable product with Jacob and Josh the Web Guy, at $10, and it's remained $10 for 3 years, despite us adding more and more tools, more and more people selling his soul. Or I'm like the Arizona iced tea guy that has an incredible product and refuses to raise the price.
All right, ready? So when Yusuf Zalal becomes the world champion, which is inevitable at this point, and I wish he would have got to be able to win that versus Ilya, get that one back. Just remember that not only did I defend Angelo's takedowns, which he didn't really shoot any, I defended a takedown versus the world fucking champion. That's Yusuf right there. Dap up and watch this. Boom, boom. No, sir.
You kept your hips in. Your instincts there were so bad.
No, look at me. I was about to take him down. Watch me hook his leg. Watch me go
You
inside.
leaned back. That's the worst.
No, I was about to hook his leg and then take him that way. Look. Boom. I literally could have really changed the trajectory of his career in this moment.
Yeah, you could have blown that knee out for sure.
I mean, honestly, he got really lucky that. Honestly, he got lucky. I probably had a few. If my instincts really would have kicked in there, things could have got really bad for everyone. Because sometimes I just see red, Angelo, and I don't know what's happening. And even to friends,
you just black out.
You saw that firsthand, like in our fight. Like you saw that look in my eye, and I can't control myself. And you said it's probably lucky.
I mean, yeah, good for him. Because, yeah, who knows what would have happened if that knee went sideways.
Yeah.
Next up, at UFC 320, we have the featured fight of the evening. We have a light heavyweight banger in a division that absolutely needs another star. We have Yuri Prochazka taking on Khalil Roundtree. Yuri Prochazka, 31-5 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He is alternating wins and losses. Taking on Khalil Roundtree, 14-6 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5.
Why do you say Khalil?
What is it?
Khalil?
Khalil.
It's Khalil.
Khalil.
L-I-L. Khalil. Yeah, Khalil.
Khalil is not smooth off the tongue. Khalil Roundtree coming off that calculated win over Jamal Hill, where Jamal was yelling at him, saying, "Why didn't you fight me?" Yuri Prochazka, we all know, absolute psychopath. A mountain man psychopath, a lunatic. Former light heavyweight champion of the world. He moves forward. He bombs away. He can take a beating. He's crazy. He can wrestle if he needs to. Doesn't do it a ton. All 31 of his wins are coming by stoppage, pretty much. He's got plenty of cardio, plenty of power. Outside of those fights with Alex, he's got plenty of chin as well. Obviously, we've seen Alex finish him, but he's the only one. Yuri Prochazka is still very dangerous. He's pushing almost 6 significant strikes per minute towards his opponent's faces. And we did just see a glimmer, a little glimpse of some head movement in his last fight. He just beat Jamal Hill. He landed almost 100 significant strikes, attempted 0 takedowns whatsoever, and he was moving. He didn't just stay right there, just let it. He was moving. He was bobbing. He was making the adjustments he needed to make sure his career lasts a little longer than 5 years. Taking on Khalil Roundtree, Muay Thai striker.
Yeah,
tons of power.
Maybe just say Khalil, honestly.
Tons of power.
You can't pull that off.
He's got tons of power. He can knock anybody out. He's lightning fast. He'll blast your legs. He'll come up top. He can do everything except wrestle. He has quite literally attempted 0 takedowns in his 17-fight UFC career. 0. Takedown defense is 58%. He is coming off his own win over Jamal Hill, where he put the leg kicks out there early. He stayed cautious. But we saw in that fight with Alex Pereira, when he earned that title shot after, a 5-fight win streak, we saw that he's got dog in him too. He took a beating. He kept moving forward. He landed clean a few times. He did not quit. His body eventually just quit on him. Khalil Roundtree is a good fighter. He's fast. He's powerful. He's aggressive. Yuri Prochazka, not as fast, just as powerful, just as aggressive. So if you want to break this down skill for skill, then I think you have to pick Khalil. I think Khalil's faster. He's definitely the cleaner striker. Outside of the wrestling, he's the better striker in what probably is the mostly striking matchup. But if you look at it a little deeper, first of all, Yuri Prochazka moves forward like a zombie. Second of all, Khalil does not fight as well backing up as he does moving forward. And there is no moving forward when Yuri Prochazka is the other guy in front of you. So I'm going to pick Yuri. I think he just marches down Khalil. I don't think Khalil's going to love having the plant to throw kicks. I don't think he's going to love backing up. That's what happened in the Alex fight. Alex kept backing him up. So Yuri's the pick. I think this is a 50-50-ish fight, or certainly closer to that than it is to these odds. But Yuri's going to be the pick because literally the forward pressure, I think, is going to be too much for Khalil and get him out of a rhythm. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, I was very, when this fight was announced or whatever, I was like, I'm going Khalil. He's probably gonna be lock of the week. I've always been kind of a Yuri hater. I went against the Yuri hate when he fought Jamal Hill because I realized like Jamal Hill is not that he's like just not that dude. So I did pick Yuri. I did pick Rocket against him, and Rocket looked good early in that fight, but then Yuri just did what Yuri did. He weathered the storm and then puts on that pressure. This does feel, I flipped my pick. I'm going Yuri here because it just feels like Khalil is not going to have the volume. I don't think he's going to land a big shot and hurt Yuri like we've seen a guy like Alex do because he's not the same. Angelo nailed it. He's not the same guy moving backwards as he is moving forward. He can control, and he's that Muay Thai guy, and he can do that stuff. Yuri doesn't let people do that. Yuri stays in your face, and I think it's going to be a volume situation where, in my opinion, Khalil can't win a decision versus Yuri. I don't think he's not going to do enough. Yuri just does too much shit. So if you can't win a decision, you have to knock out Yuri, and I don't think he's going to knock out Yuri. This feels like it's going to be a lot of volume from Yuri. Khalil is a tough dude. What's very interesting to me when I'm looking at the odds is, I know a lot of people think that there's going to be a finish in this fight, and there's on the Yuri side, it's like finished or get finished, but Khalil's a guy that, he lasted 3.5 rounds or whatever versus Alex and kind of got the shit beat out until he got finished. He just went the 5 rounds with the power puncher fucking Jamal Hill, whatever it was. The over 1.5 is minus 150. It's telling you it's probably, they're going to feel each other out early. It's going to go over 1.5 rounds or whatever. Fight goes the distance. And I know I call people pussies, and I know I call people this and that, and I hate doing whatever. Over 1.5 being minus 150, but fight going the distance in this fight at plus 225 seems pretty wide to me. There seems to be a mistake there in some sort of way. Over 1.5, minus 150, but going the distance, because it seems like if it goes over 1.5, I know a lot of the keep finishes. Going. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of second-round finishes for Yuri and all this stuff, and he's been finished in the second round, but Khalil has shown durability. It seems like, to me, Yuri by points is an interesting play, plus 400. I'm taking Yuri here because I think it's a volume thing. I respect the toughness of Khalil, but I got to go Yuri, and I think that, Yuri by points plus 400 is an interesting play.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate...
If I'm saying over, if I'm saying, somebody by points, you might want to pay attention.
I don't hate that because I agree. I mean, there may not be obviously they both can be finishers, but Yuri, fucking Jesus, stop it.
It's a well-behaved dog.
Jesus Christ, she's wide awake. Just those puppy teeth are insane. Yuri is a finisher, but he can spend some time waiting, moving forward, marching a little bit, not just going crazy, getting after it. And like you said, Khalil showed us how insanely tough he can be. We saw that in the Alex fight. And
he is a dangerous guy. I think Yuri's going to respect him early. I mean, I don't know.
He's faster. Khalil's faster than Yuri. So Yuri might get hit a few times and then potentially even look to wrestle. Watch Yuri versus Alex 1. That was sloppy as shit. Just sloppy, awkward fight. So I don't hate that. I do like the over 1.5 for sure. The decision or full blown.
Seems like everyone just it's one of those fights where everyone just expects, oh, of course there's going to be a finish, and then it's like, oh yeah, both these guys are tough. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, we forgot that both these guys are tough.
Well, and actually, Tom in Colorado said it best. He said any bet you place on this fight will be loaded with anxiety, and that is true because this will be a tense fight, and that's why we love these things. These matchups are great. And this division needs, and I know these are not fresh faces. They both fought for titles. They both lost. One of them multiple times. The division's kind of weak right now. So one of them, they either need an absolute war between the two of them or a very clean, straightforward win from one of them.
I mean, how good of a card is this?
It's a fun fight, dude. And not having a pay-per-view in over a month, it's like, this is nice. I'm looking
hopefully,
forward to it.
obviously, we lost the Atiba fight. Hopefully, if we're going to lose
They'll
one,
get him somebody.
That's fine. You know, it's obviously that sucks. I was going to play the under 1.5 on that one and parlay it with fucking literally everything.
Yeah, he was going to knock Ozzy Diaz out immediately.
Yeah, and I mean, the under, when I first started parlaying, it was only like minus 275. I was like, Jesus Christ. But we kind of knew how, there was no real like,
Tense.
What's going to happen. It was going to be fun to see it or whatever, but so if we're going to lose a fight, let's just keep it at that and let's just keep the card together.
Yeah, I agree. Then they might find something else. It's in Vegas. When they lose fights in Las Vegas, they usually are pretty good about, all right, well,
Marcel put a tweet up while we were live, I think it was while we were live, said that they already had somebody in place for Ozzy as replacement 2 days ago, but that fell through today, and they're kind of, it sounds like they're kind of struggling because, I mean,
who wants to fight that dude?
Yeah, it's like, this is a little bit different than an opportunity. This isn't really a great opportunity
to
fucking show up and fight this guy because, my God.
No, he's definitely a tough night out. If you do want to check out every pick, every bet, every tool, website's got it all for UFC 320, which we're looking forward to, UFC 321, which we're looking forward to, and the two fights in between. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. $1.99 from Angel V, betting $2,500 on both round 2 and 3 KO for Jiri. Easy money. Oof.
Plus 500 and plus 750.
I mean, if one of them hits, you're good. That's $5,000. If Jiri gets a first round knockout, you lose $5,000. The dude you expected to win by knockout, you lose $5,000. Yikes. Good luck. Rooting for you. Kings K, what's up, boys? I won $650 off Kobe thick ass last week. Should I spend it on food for the month or buy a ticket to UFC 320? I live in Las Vegas.
Hey. They got food at the fights.
There you go. There you go.
They got food at the stadium, baby. They got food at the fucking stadium.
Take it from a fat. You don't remember the meal you had. You'll remember that night of fights. A meal's a meal.
You'll remember the hot dog at the stadium.
Yeah. You remember where you were when you ate the meal.
I like to get hot dogs and go into the bathroom, into the stall and eat them.
I like to eat them where the poop usually comes out, and I eat it with that hole. Fucking creep.
What?
Next up, at UFC 320, we have our first of 2 title fights on the card. We have Merab Dvalishvili looking to defend his belt yet again for the 3rd time this year. Merab Dvalishvili 20-4 in his career, 5-0 in his last 5 on an insane 13-fight win streak, and he's looking to defend that belt against Corey Sandhagen in his first title fight, 18-5 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off that injury win over Davison Figueiredo. Merab, as we all know, cardio demon, just an absolute machine. He's going to move forward. He's not going to stop. He's going to shoot as many takedowns as he needs to. He's going to throw as many strikes as he needs to. And he is literally never going to slow down. He is never going to stop. He averages an insane almost 6 takedowns, not per fight, but per 15 minutes. His last loss was all the way back in 2018. His gas tank is insane. The willingness to just move forward and do what he's supposed to do to get a win is also insane. And he's coming off that rematch win over Sean O'Malley, where even as a world champion, we saw him level his skills up. He's taking on Corey Sandhagen. Corey Sandhagen, an active striker. He lands a little bit more than 5 significant strikes per minute. He's got some deceiving power. He's got good technique as well. He's long. He's rangy. He does a good job using the range. He's got kind of Dominic Cruz, awkward in and out style. Good BJJ as well. He's a very hard night out for most people. He's coming off that win over Davison Figueiredo where, despite it being an injury win, he was very clearly going to win that fight. And I know it's basically a foregone conclusion that Merab's going to win this fight. Many people are going to be picking him, me included. But I think Corey's a good matchup for him, meaning a tough fight. If I'm looking at the top 5 in the division, Corey is probably the toughest one outside of Umar. And we already saw Merab beat Umar.
What kind of name is Kumar?
Hey. I don't know why that was my response. That made no sense whatsoever.
You are very simple.
Because you did it, and then I just immediately started picturing the movie in my head, and then I ended up with that. Anyway, I'm picking Merab. I'm honestly pretty confident in that. But with any title shot you could give him, this is the most interesting one. This is the most interesting title shot you could have given Merab. So, should be a fun fight. Corey is not just a guy that you run through. You don't embarrass him. I think we end up with a longer, more competitive than you think fight, but I do think Merab gets it done. What do you think, Jacob?
It's too late to apologize. It's too late. You like that song?
I do.
I just think it's too late, man. It is. I tried. I thought I had it. I honestly thought I had it again. It's too late to beat Merab, and I don't think Umar might be able to get it done, but I just think it's too late. Merab has made the improvements that he's needed to make in the striking versus the top guys, to be able to mix in the wrestling, to be able to not get knocked out. It's just too late. I mean, to beat Merab, you're not going to win a decision versus Merab. He's just going to do too much. You're not going to make him tired. At this point, you're not going to submit him. You have to knock him out. And at this point, you're just not going to knock him out. The guy doesn't sit still. He doesn't stop moving. He's got defensive striking now, good offensive striking, can mix stuff in. And now we got this guy, Corey Sandhagen. I like Corey Sandhagen. I like Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall's on my fucking hat. Right? Ryan Hall's his BFF, all this stuff. You got Corey Sandhagen with, I know he's a confident guy, and he's like, I'm the guy, and you have to bring in a confidence. But what do we say with our boy Vikram? Remember Vikram from The Office, Angelo?
Yeah, what did he say?
What did he say? He said, I got it here just a second. But this is what Corey Sandhagen is bringing to the fight. He's saying, like, the only way Merab's beating people is because they're getting tired. I don't get tired.
He got tired versus Umar.
That's what I'm saying, Angelo. He's
Sorry.
saying he's saying the people that are getting beat by Merab, they're getting out wrestled. I don't get out wrestled. This is what he's saying. You have Trevor Whitman, his coach now, saying, nobody ever really tries to wrestle Merab. We might just maybe we'll wrestle Merab. Maybe we'll shoot the takedowns on Merab. What the fuck are you guys talking about? Well, I understand instilling confidence and having this bravado about it, but let's be realistic about this, man. When you talking about, like, you're not going to get tired, you don't get out wrestled, you're going to no, you're not, right? Our guy Vikram said it best. Confidence. It's the food of the wise man, but the liquor of the fool. It's too late. It's too late. Merab isn't gonna lose to anybody. Maybe Pantoja comes up and is just like a weird guy, like a super, because he's just like such a fucking bully as well. But he's probably just gonna be a little bit undersized. But it's just too late. You got to knock him out. You think Corey Sandhagen can win a decision versus Merab? No. You think he's gonna submit Merab? No. Do you think he's gonna knock out Merab? No. Ain't nothing left.
Those the only outcomes.
Ain't nothing left. Maybe he's a weird enough guy with the weird shit, and maybe an elbow or a knee or whatever. Everybody in every single fight's going to have a puncher's chance. That's what he's got. I've tried to fade Merab. I'm done with it. Give me Merab all day.
Yeah, listen, I agree. I'm very confident in Merab, and he's getting more and more expensive as the week goes on, but it's still relatively affordable for a guy. Like, what else does he have to do? Like, what else does Merab have to do to prove that he's the best on the
planet?
planet?
Merab has a glass chin, bro. Dude, Merab, unconscious, still knows what to do. You know what I mean? He can be knocked unconscious, and he's just fucking, his body, he's trained so much that his body just turns on autopilot, and he just is fine.
But also, like, who the hell's Corey just knocking out left and right?
He doesn't have crazy power. Like, people see, oh my God, the knee on Frankie. It's like, okay.
He need a 90-year-old Frankie Edgar. Listen, I mean, Merab, the only, I think this will be a fun fight, and I think it will be more competitive than people think, but not because I think Corey's going to rock him or anything. Corey's just going to be there fighting. He's got dog in him.
He's a solid dude. He's a little unorthodox. The entries are going to be a little weird for Merab. he's not the most, he's just, yeah, I mean, but it's just,
He's smart.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
No, 100%. I do think the only person that could beat Merab is Umar. And the reason I feel that way is he won the first 2 rounds. He beat Merab for 2 rounds.
I mentioned that the fight was closer than people think, and people were like, "Oh, you fucking retard."
He won the first 2 rounds.
He wobbled him. I mean, he just, it's like,
and he broke his hand. So it's like, all right, what does this look like if we watch it
and
again?
he came in with that confidence. I mean, sometimes confidence can really kind of bury you. I think Umar thought like, of course I'm going to beat this guy. And then it's like, all of a sudden it's a dogfight and you're like mentally not prepared for that dogfight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this fight quite a bit, despite being very confident in the outcome. $9,300 in DraftKings Fantasy. Merab Dvalishvili might be the most consistently highest scoring DraftKings fighter we have ever seen ever. The dude puts up numbers because of the insane pressure and just how ridiculously busy he is. I recommend having him in your lineup.
Yeah, and Joe Dirt made a good point. You've seen that video of him just diving headfirst into a sheet
Correct.
of ice?
And then he pops back up. And
Yeah, he's just like, ow. It's like, Jesus, man.
Yeah, he literally just like whoop, bink, like it's like a cartoon. And then he had like a cartoon knot in his head. Guys, go to the website. Only asking one more time. We only have one more fight to break down. It has everything you could literally ever want or need. Prize Picks, Underdog, DraftKings, FanDuel, bets, picks, artificial intelligence, all of it. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. Next up, at UFC 320, we have the main event of the evening. We have the second title fight of the evening. We have a rematch. We have Magomed Ankalaev defending his belt against Alex Pereira. Magomed Ankalaev 21-1 in his career, 4-0-1 in his last 5, looking to defend his title for the very first time. And he has taken on Alex Pereira, 4-1 in his last 5. He is fighting as the title challenger for the first time since 2023. Magomed Ankalaev, long kickboxer, has some wrestling, can do all the things, won this fight. Alex Pereira, former 2-division champion of the world, hits like an absolute freight train. One of the scariest fighters we've ever seen, and accomplished more in a couple years than most people do in an entire lifetime. We saw this fight. Not only did we already see this fight, it wasn't very close, and it wasn't very long ago. Nothing has changed between that fight and this fight. And I know you're going to get a bunch of comments, both live and after the fight. Alex was hurt last time. That's why he wasn't busy. Alex wasn't busy in that last fight. I fundamentally believe Alex lost the first fight because he didn't let his hands go, and he didn't let his hands go because he was worried about the wrestling. That's why his takedown defense was so good. The takedown defense was spectacular because he wasn't doing anything else. He was only worrying about the takedowns. So you can run 2 different directions with those narratives. You can say, well, Ankalaev dominated the first fight. Ankalaev almost knocked Alex out in the first fight. It's just more of the same. Or you could say the only reason Alex lost is because he didn't let his hands go. And he didn't let his hands go because he defended the takedowns. But now he knows he defended all of the takedowns. He knows he can do it. So he will let his hands go and he will win the rematch. I get wanting Alex to win. I want Alex to win. I wanted Alex to win last time. I want Alex to be the first and only 3-division champ in the history of this sport. But we saw this fight. And it was a very straightforward fight. Jacob has said all night long, talking about different fights. Oh, it wasn't as close, or it was closer than you remember. It was closer. This is farther than you remember. Alex had almost no success whatsoever. Ankalaev walked him down. Yes, he defended the takedowns, but Ankalaev almost knocked Alex out. I picked Alex in that fight. I was rooting for Alex. I'll be rooting for Alex in this one. I just don't see it happening. What has changed? I challenge you. What has changed? And if you just say Alex was hurt the first time, that's not enough that's changed. He was only one person was almost knocked out in this fight, and it wasn't Ankalaev. I hate that Ankalaev is the champ. I think he's boring. I wanted Alex to win. I still want him to win. I just don't see him winning. Ankalaev's the pick. Minus 260 is like the discount of a lifetime in a rematch from 6 months ago that wasn't controversial at all. What do you think, Jacob?
I tried. I tried to warn everybody before that last matchup. I've been a big Alex fan. Alex was a former lock of the week. I picked Alex in every single fight he had, except going into the Ankalaev fight. And I sat here in this very chair, and I told you guys, we went down the fucking record, and I said, this is a hollow record. This guy, Ankalaev, is different than the people that fucking Alex has been fighting. He's an actual striker. I don't even give a fuck about the wrestling. He's an actual fucking striker. And when you look at these people that Alex has been fighting, Izzy flatlined him. Izzy, even in that first fight, almost fucking flatlined him. Jan, overrated power and almost won that fight anyway. And then you have Yuri, who I've been negative on, not a real striker. Jamal Hill's fucking terrible, the worst UFC champion maybe of all time. And then a Khalil Roundtree, who fucking almost hurt Alex as well. And then he come in against Ankalaev, and in that fight, that was almost fucking best case scenario for Alex. He did defend the takedowns. He turned it into a striking fight. That's supposed to be the fucking bread and butter. And he got fucking embarrassed because he can't fucking box. He has no defensive boxing. He has to, it's the Muay Thai, kickboxing, whatever it is, of take one to give one. But when you're up against real fucking strikers, that shit just doesn't fucking work. I believe in my heart of hearts that Alex is going to come in aggressive. I am playing the under 3.5 because they're not going to have a round and a half or 2 rounds of feeling each other out. They know what to expect in this fight. I don't give a fuck if Ankalaev is going to get the takedowns or not. I think the pressure that Alex is going to bring in is going to force the knockout win out of Ankalaev. I'm going Ankalaev here. I'm going the under 3.5. Maybe as like a little bit of a hedge because I think Alex is going to come in aggressive. I don't know if he's a head case lately. He's talking about, do I shave my head? Do I not shave my head? What color shorts should I wear, guys? Like, I don't know what's going on with all that stuff. People talk about Nina. People talk about this. He's going to come in aggressive. He's different. He's locked in, all this stuff. He can be as locked in as he wants. He's not the better striker. He's not the better wrestler. He's not the better grappler. He's got power. He's always going to have that power. He can put anybody's lights out, but Ankalaev doesn't play that game. It's like the Josh Emmett Yusuf thing. Yeah, Josh Emmett's got power, but if people don't play your game, you're not going to land the shot. Ankalaev doesn't play the game. He sits the jab out. He stays long. He counter strikes. Good footwork. And if he does end up getting a takedown, well, now Alex is really kind of fucked. So I think the last fight was kind of a best case scenario for Alex, and he still got fucking smoked. Now if Ankalaev actually gets a takedown or Alex comes in too aggressive, you saw him almost get knocked out in that first fight. I'm taking the under 3.5. I'm taking Ankalaev. You know, I appreciate Alex and all the excitement he brought to the sport, but that's a hollow fucking record when you really look at it. Not really high-level strikers at that or complete fighters. Ankalaev's that dude. He showed it, and unfortunately, he's probably going to be around for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I love the passion there, Jacob. I love it.
I try to warn people. People call me, be like, I can't believe you, Jacob. I can't believe you turning on Alex. And I'm like, I called it a Mickey Mouse fucking record, and nobody believed me. Then he went in and got fucking looked like he did never strike a day in his life.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this fight because I love fights. I will be rooting for Alex. Everything in me will be rooting for every punch he throws. I'll be rooting for him. But if I could play this all out, Alex would not have done this rematch. He kind of had to fight Ankalaev. It wasn't really an option. It was either
it was the reason why he didn't want to fight him for a long time. I mean, correct. Fighters know. That's why I'm trying to tell you guys with the Josh Emmett. There's a reason why when Yusuf called him out, Josh Emmett wasn't like, oh, fuck yeah, let's do it, bro. He was like, no, I don't want
an unranked guy. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Alex was avoiding this guy for a reason.
And it's unfortunate because if I could have played this out, I would have avoided Ankalaev entirely and moved him up. But fine, he fought him, he lost. I would have moved him up to heavyweight, give him a winnable fight, and then shown him into a title fight. He's 38 years old. That's exactly what happened at middleweight. He's losing most of the fight, beats Izzy, loses the rematch, gets knocked out, loses the rematch, and then just moves up to light heavyweight. And that's where Alex Pereira became Alex Pereira. We could get more of the same. Running this back destroys his star power if he loses. It destroys it. So I don't know why they did it. I mean, I get it's a big pay-per-view, it's a headline, and he might win. Right? He hits like an absolute freight train. But I would have preferred if Alex voided the rematch, moved up to heavyweight, said, I'm still cutting too much weight. I'm still too big. That guy held me against the cage, was diving at my legs the whole time. Screw him. I'm going to fight the big boys. Get a win. And then we roll into 2026 on Paramount with Alex in a title fight. That's what I would have done. Gave you that advice for free, guys. I'm on the Magomed Ankalaev side. Jacob's on the Magomed Ankalaev side. I would have never loved more than to be wrong than in this fight. So let's see what happens. Hopefully I'm dead wrong.
I have bets on Ankalaev, so you're a fucking douche.
I would, as a fan of these fights, burn the bets and just let Alex become the champ again.
Money over everything. Money over bitches. Money over everything. Right, guys? Type a 2 in the chat if it's money over everything.
I don't know, man. Would you take money to never watch fights again?
How much money?
$1 million. Never watch a fight again.
$1 million is not enough money. That's not a lot of money.
No, I agree. But it's just to never watch fights again. It's not to quit your job. It's just to never watch fights again. Oh, I guess that means you quit this. Because how the fuck are you going to do this and not watch fights? Did you see, wild pivot here, that Riyadh stand-up comedy festival and all the hate it's getting?
The what?
Riyadh, Saudi Arabia there, they're doing a stand-up comedy festival. They got Dave Chappelle and Bill Burr, and they paid people crazy amounts of money to come to that show. But comedians like Shane Gillis are like, I'm not doing that show. Like, they just killed a journalist like a week ago. Like, I'm not going. I can't support what those people do. So the people that are getting paid, like the Chappelles and the Kevin Harts, are just being.
Doesn't Dave have enough money? Doesn't fucking Kevin Hart have enough money already?
Kevin's not getting.
How much money do you really need?
The two people getting absolutely shredded over it are Bill Burr, because Bill Burr he's not political, but he makes
he tries to play
fuck you, fuck the whatever, fuck the billionaires, and then he just took a giant sum of money, and Dave Chappelle's getting it because Dave Chappelle famously left the Chappelle Show because he felt like a sellout, and then he's doing this. But anyway, Shane Gillis didn't go, but I watched a Tim Dillon one. You know Tim Dillon. Mm-hmm. Tim Dillon was talking about it.
We love our homos.
He's like, of course I'm taking the money. Yeah, of course I'm taking the money.
Yeah,
and if you think you wouldn't take the money,
real money, yeah.
He's like, I asked for $500,000. They're giving me $375,000, and I am taking it, and I'm gonna love it. And yeah, do they have slaves?
That's what fucking.
They
we
have
were talking
slaves.
about that with a lot of people were talking about Nade Shot. He got a bag for Rubet. And everyone's like, oh, my God, what a sellout. I can't believe he's promoting gambling. He's doing this. I can't believe the kids that watch his stream. I can't believe he'd sell out. So I was like, dude, if fucking Rubet came to me right now with the fucking, fuck yeah, I'm fucking taking fucking cash. You kidding me? What the fuck? Everyone's taking cash. So, yeah, person Tim Dillon's space or spot, it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, take fucking cash.
Dude, and he was hilarious about it. So what ended up happening is in that video, talking about, like, of course I took the money. Are they horrible people? Yeah, they are. But I took the money. I'm a sellout. I've always been. If I have told you anything, and he goes on and on. He starts talking about how I guess they still have slaves. I don't know, according to Tim Dillon. So then they fired him from the festival. They were like, no, thank you. You're too. And he was like, I got fired for being too supportive. Too supportive. It's a pretty funny dynamic. And it was all entirely true, which made it hilarious. So anyway, that's that. This is this. Go to the website and take a piss. That rhymed. So does subscribing to the channel. Costs you literally nothing. If you watch this entire video and never click the subscribe button, please do. We're putting out new content week in and week out, no matter what. Jacob is live a shit ton. And during those live shows, he's giving you bets and breakdowns for free. Support the boys. Click the subscribe button. If you want to support a little further, download the app. Become a premium member on the website, wewantpicks.com. You can unlock all the tools like the analyzer, the simulator, the optimizer, line movement tracker, the prop hunter, the tape index, and everybody else. It's me, Jacob, Artem, Betsam. We have an artificial intelligence giving you content, picks, bets, tools. We got people behind the scenes making it all work. Support the boys. wewantpicks.com. Click become a member at the top. Jacob, any words for the pee-pee leaps?
Say choo-choo for me, Papa.
Choo-choo.
Now say you're an actual steam engine fucking really getting after it.
No. Nah.
Start over. That's okay. Reset. Little reset.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe instead of hit the chugga. Yeah, hit
Chugga. Choo. I can't do it. I can't get deep.
And that's why you're not part of the live streams. The live streams have been a fucking train lately, like the last 7 or 8 in a fucking row. We continue that tomorrow night. I'm telling you guys, if you guys are there for the Saturdays, but you're not there for the Tuesdays, tune in for the Tuesdays as well. We have a ton of fun, and it's only a couple hours. There's no football on. Hang out with me. We have a lot of fun. Lock of the week is fucking back in a big... I can't believe, by the way, people are giving up on me on Lock of the Week because people were missing weight. We had 2 of the losses, people fucking came in fat as shit. We had a canceled fight. And people were like, oh, the guy lost his touch. Get the fuck out of here. I'm the top of the game. I'm the cream of the fucking crop. This week is going to be a fucking banger. We're never going to lose fucking again. Lock of the Week is going to be out this week, Wednesday, maybe Thursday. We're going to dial it in. We're going to be live Saturday. Fuck Angelo and his family. And then we're going to fucking dial in and just keep this thing rolling. WeWantPicks.com, $10 a month. Sign it up. This thing is never going to fucking stop. The train is never going to stop. What's the train sound like, Angelo?
Choo.